Today's guest is a former Army Special Forces Green Beret, Kalob Creighton. Kalob deployed multiple times to the Middle East with the elite 5th Special Forces Group. Last year, Kalob was shot in his bedroom during an attempted car theft while shielding his wife and 2-year-old son with his body. Today, we discuss that night and the recovery journey to walk again, fighting his way out of a 360 ambush in Syria, the impact of war on the psyche, his emotional recovery journey with psychedelics, and more. Today's guest, Kalob Creighton. Kalob, thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So you have a crazy story. You were a Green Beret,
Yep.
and then you got shot in your house in a home invasion.
Right.
Dude, walk me through that day. What happened?
So it was like, I'll set the scene up, how my house is laid out. My bedroom is on the second floor above the garage with the window overlooking the driveway in the front road that comes in on a small cul-de-sac road, a subdivision. And I'm laying there in bed. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I got my kid. He just turned 2 in January. So he's laying here. He's a little hot box. I got the window cracked up like an inch. Anybody who has kids knows those things generate heat. And then my wife's sleeping next to me. And so I have like a foot or a couple feet nightstand between myself and the bed. And I see a weird light glance across the window.
And the light woke you up? Or?
No, I was awake watching it was an oversight committee. Stuff was going on with Doge and all that. So I was like watching these crazy stuff they're talking about. And I see it and it just made my spidey senses tingle a little bit. It wasn't like the Amazon or UPS driver where it's like, a flash of a camera, he just drives off, you know how they do that really fast or throwing your package. It wasn't like that. And I was like, that's weird. And so I slip out of bed with my 2-year-old who's asleep. I'm not even gonna wake him up. I just don't even move the blinds. I just look down through the gap in the window, and below me where my truck is backed in, there's a guy at my backseat of my truck door. He's got his hood pulled tight. And I look and I see the road. And there's a vehicle in there with the lights off. I can see the cell of the driver. I check the back seat. I don't see anything. And he's trying to get in my back seat of my truck. So I'm not even going to wake my kid up. And so I just go down by the window and I go, hey. And before I get that out of my mouth, I see muzzle flash in my peripherals. Dude, it opened up from that back seat. He had been ready.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, shit. So I turn and instantly dive. And I got hit on the first couple of rounds that came through. Entered through my kind of rear pelvis, fractured my pelvis, shattered my iliac crest, deflects and hits my spine, breaks my spine, and lodges in between L3 and L4 of my spine.
So now, did you get a word off?
Or I got like, hey. There's literally, I'm like, hey, mother, and I muzzle flash.
Damn.
So instantly I go into like, okay. Like it registers my brain. I still remember, but man, I didn't see that guy. Crap. And so I instantly turn and I start to dive on my kid. And the first couple of rounds come through, one hits me. As I'm turning and diving, and I go numb from the waist down. That's like a God thing too, because so I grab my kid and my wife sits up. She's like, "What's going on?" Because she's been sound asleep. She's not even really here. You're just hearing, you're just hearing glass shatter.
And rounds are still coming through as you turn to grab.
Oh yeah, rounds are coming through. So I hit her, and this is all happening in a split second. And my head is like taking longer, but it's really quick how those things go. I tackle her on the other side. I'm laying on top of her with my kid. She's like, what is going on? I'm like, we're getting shot at. There's a gap in fire about round 6. I'm like, go grab my second gun. This whole time I'm triaging my body and my brain. I'm like, I can move my feet, but I can't stand up. Why not? I know I'm hit. Like I got blood on me. I know I'm hit. I can feel it. And so my wife starts crawling across the floor and I follow behind her with my kid on my arm. And, because to my office, back room, 1 room deep, because there's a safe right next to it on side, and I have a secondary gun in there too. So I tell my wife, go get my second gun. I'll follow you. And so we start going across the floor. They open back up, start firing again. They're walking them into the room deeper. So I'm like, man, in my head, I'm registering. Like, man, this means business. Like somebody's coming to get me. For some reason, I did something I don't understand.
So you thought they were coming into the house?
Oh,
now.
I thought they're kicking in the door. Like, why else would you open up? You firing 12, 14 rounds into a house?
Yeah.
For getting confronted from a second-story window when you look like you were a 12-year-old kid at my door? I literally looked like a 15-year-old kid down there, like a really small.
And so when that first happened, you weren't thinking like, oh, dude, I'm about to like shoot this guy. Like you were thinking, hey, there's kids. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like trying to break into my truck. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, it's illegal to engage someone like that. Can't shoot him for your truck. Tennessee failed to pass the law by 3 votes. Would allowed you to kill him.
I'm sure you did some research on that one.
Yeah, let's hope we can get that one up for a revote. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I mean, but you can't, for them trying to break in your truck, you can't shoot him. I mean, it's a kid. Maybe he's doing something stupid, made a mistake. We all did it. Not worth shooting someone over, you know?
So she goes and grabs the second gun.
So she calls ahead of me. I follow with the kid, and there was nothing sexy, you know, special forces about it. It was like a dolphin out of the water with a football in his arm with my kid, a 2-year-old, across the floor.
Yeah.
Nothing cool. We go back to the office. Her and my kid are underneath the office desk. I'm laying across the floor with my second gun, packing my wound. As my wife's calling 911 because there's a safe right next to a big metal safe, so I know there can't get rounds in there.
Were you just packing it with your shirt? Or?
No, I had a rolled up microfiber towel. You know, the ones you get like Kuwait or something. Yeah. They're like ShamWows or whatever. I had one of those on the shelf, and I'm like packing that thing in there. And I'm constantly triaging myself on the ground, like, okay, this is painful.
Yeah.
You know, it sucks. But I got it down pretty good. My wife's talking to 911, and then she comes out. Like, I noticed they're gone because it's been a little bit. And so then we start talking to 911. She's trying to help me because she was an ER nurse. She's doing the best she can. She got a 2-year-old boy at the time.
So now, when did you feel like they were gone?
It would have been a couple minutes past as I'm like, okay, there's no gunfights, it's gunshots. I'm like, okay, because I'm laying across the floor. If you walk in my front door, if you kicked in, you'd walk upstairs. I would be laying on the floor at a 45 to your right in front of that like door. So
just waiting.
Yeah.
That's
where I had my gun. And they were behind me underneath my office desk. And the safe was on the side of where the rounds were coming in. So if another round penetrated, because they were shooting at 40, a Glock 27. And so if another round hit, it would never reach them. You know, that was the idea behind it.
Did you ever get shot on your deployments?
No, I got blown up, but not shot.
So whenever, there's probably a million things running through your mind, but whenever you knew that you were shot during that time period, were you ever like, fuck, like now I get shot?
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Like sometimes when you think you're going to die or something, like the world slows down a little bit and you think stupid stuff. Like I did remember thinking like, of all the times to get shot, it's in my own bedroom, you know, and I remember my dog bouncing around and I was like, man, I'd shoot this dog if I was overseas. Like she wouldn't stop. She was going crazy, you know, like bouncing back and forth. I'm laying on the ground. I'm like, don't shoot the dog, Caleb. Don't do it. I'm having a discussion in my head, like, don't do it. Like the dog, she's like excited. I'm like, don't shoot the dog. You're not overseas. You know, it's our family dog.
Yeah.
We never do it. But I was thinking about it. Like, shut this dog up.
So whenever you got shot in the pelvis, I mean, did you feel that pain right away, or was it just kind of?
Yeah, you felt it. Like I knew I was hit. I knew I couldn't move my lower half. But it's like,
did you ever think you were gonna like bleed out and die at that point, or you feel like you were good?
At that point, no. When I first got hit, it's like you switched on. You go in like flow state. Like first thing initial is reaction. That's what any dad would do. Any father I think would do, or I would hope would do. You know, you just turn. You're gonna dive on your family kid. Then it becomes a training aspect of like, okay, now what's next? So once I hit them on the ground, I'm like, okay, what's the next fighting position? What's the next move? You know, that becomes my training and stuff takes over where I have that. It's just packing away. Okay, we're not dealing with that now. We deal with the hand we got.
We went right to business mode.
Yeah, right to business mode. Like, and my wife will tell you, like, she was like, you were in charge. Like, nobody was saying anything else besides you. That's like, used to being around very, you know, all males during situations like this. It's like very just aggressive mindset, like kind of in like a flow state. Like you're not panicking. It's not chaos. It's chaos around you, but it's not in your head, if that makes sense. It's really just like navigating it, almost like slow motion a little bit. Like going through what's next, you know, what's the next course of action? How do I get there? What's the next best thing I could do? You know, even with your options limited, like people ask, you didn't get any rounds off? Like, no, I got a 2-year-old and I got a wife with me.
We're taking a defensive position, waiting, dude.
Like I'm in the United States of America. I'm going to call these guys called cops and help they get there real quick.
Yeah.
like
we're not going chasing down dudes in the street. And I'm shot.
And I'm shot. I can barely move I can move my toes, but I can't stand up. So no, I'm not going to chase.
And when was this?
This was been February 12th of last year.
Dang.
So just over a year and 3 weeks ago.
And so EMS gets there, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So while I'm laying on the floor, my wife's talking to the ambulance. I was like, okay, hand me the phone. I'll talk to him. Because she comes out to try to help me put pressure on my wound and stuff like that.
And were you bleeding pretty good?
Yeah, I was bleeding pretty good. I packed it pretty decent with that. And but I was talking to the ambulance, and my wife was talking to her, dude, doing her best. She was a 2-year-old jumping on her, or just clinging from mom. It was 10:30 at night. Her dog will not shut up. Like, and it's chaos for everyone.
And it's unexpected. Like, this is your bedroom. This is
That's
your
my
house.
bedroom. That's the thing too. Like, and she's just not. People aren't built for that. Like, I'm not built for that. But it's like I've just been in enough that I'm like, okay, that's what we do in these situations. And I talked to the operator. I'm like, ma'am, I hope you're close because I'm about to black out. I'm gonna hand the phone and the gun to my wife. And she's like, pretend on your road. And it starts to on off my wife. I'm like, they're here. She jumps over me, goes to let him in. First two cops get up there, I kind of black out. I wake up, don't know where my wife and them are at. Then I wake, they're carrying me downstairs, into the ambulance.
So do you remember all that?
Parts of it. Okay. Like I'd wake up for part, go out for some, wake up for some, go out for some. It's really fuzzy at that point. Hit or miss. Some of it I remember waking up on the spine board and freaking out, where my kid's at. Luckily, there was one officer there at my foot. There's like Emily Miles. My wife's name is Emily. My son's name is Miles. She had the wherewithal to take him away, obviously, and put him in a different room and get him like, Mickey, calm down. Her focus was take care of him, which, God bless her for doing that. Because I wasn't thinking that way. I'm almost over there, like, still in the fight, like, protect them, not like, okay, the situation's changed, now calm down. I was out of it at that point.
Yeah.
But she never stopped being switched on, so.
And so they transport you to the ER. Do you remember, did you go into surgery right away? Or?
Yep, so when I got to the ER, so one thing, as my wife went downstairs, my son leans over me and lays across my chest, and I almost came out of like the flow state or whatever you want to call it, because like it was like, whoa, I smell of blood all over his back, So that was
just a real surreal image.
It was a real, like something you don't ever see, you don't want to see. It's not something you would, in my mind, could not process. Like I literally remember having a conversation with me, like, shut this shit down, like now, like shut down. This is going on, and literally blocked it out, and like had
like feeling those emotions and all those thoughts.
So I was like, close it up, like because just seeing the blood on his back was scary,
Yeah.
Like, and you couldn't feel that in that moment, It was a scary moment, but it was scary to be able to do that too.
Being able to just turn it right off.
Yeah, that was also that's led me through a lot of these second, third order things of this healing afterwards. That was a key moment that I did not like the ability to have. It's a blessing and a curse. I'm thankful I'm able to do that with some things. That's something I never want to do,
Yeah, because when you're out operating or deployed, I mean, you have to be able to do that. But then when you come back home, that's not a great way to operate.
No, you don't want that ability. I don't want that. I mean, sure, maybe some people say it's like a father. Cool, you can have it. I don't want it. Not for me, I felt like it was too much.
Yeah.
Especially at that point too, because the police are there. I don't know. I was like,
how was the response whenever the police, everybody came in?
It was good.
Yeah.
There's some training that needs to be done.
Were you joking when they walked in? Like, took you guys long enough, or were you like just in and out?
In and out a little bit. I was a little sarcastic some for the first couple. Then the first couple were, they need some training. They did the best they could,
like medical wise?
Yeah. Then number 3 came up and he was a prior military guy. And that dude literally came out with his gun drawn. I remember locking eyes upstairs. I'm like, oh, here we go. Yes, you. And he like does that first thing where he step down, doesn't matter, putting pressure on the wound, no gloves, no nothing. Like, I got you, buddy. He's going those things that we're used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's talk. Let's
fix this. Hey, I'm right here with you.
Yes, yeah. He made that connection. I'm like, okay.
And the other guys probably came in, they're like, hey, you all right?
Yeah, they were struggling to put on gloves first. And like, it was a very like tailored robotic response. It's like, that's not how we're trained. So seeing it like that, that's how they're trained, but they don't know, So seeing it like that was off-putting to me, whereas I'm used to the one way,
Like the urgency, like let's go.
Let's go. And you got to be talking to him. You got to get him the peace of mind. All the things we do that we are just taught to do they're there for a reason, because what we're trained is because we've seen a lot of it's repetitive. Like, this is what we need. Police probably don't have all that training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They may not.
And they're probably dealing with a stranger. They have no idea who they are. This guy got shot. Okay, hang on. I'm coming. Yeah.
Like, whereas in the military, it's like, that's not a stranger you're treating. It doesn't matter what you have on your hands. You're just going to get your boy.
Yeah.
And that's what he had that connection with me. And he was, thank God he did, because he came up, the first thing he did was take that gun away from me.
Oh, you still have the gun.
Yeah. That's why I say there's some training that could be improved there. You know what I mean? Not a wise decision to leave a loaded gun right next to his gun.
They're just going in and out.
So I got an ND over here, you know? Sorry, boys, didn't mean to kill that guy.
Just shoot the cop in the foot.
Shot my dog.
Oh, that was an accident. I didn't mean to shoot the dog on purpose at all.
Sorry, I didn't mean to shoot my dog. No, somebody kill that dog. But he took the gun away, and I'm thankful because when I woke up, I kind of blacked out and then woke up on a spine board and I freaked out. And I just think if I had that gun by my hand, like just something stupid, you know, it's just something I just did. Way to mitigate it easily, and he did that. And luckily, he was at my foot. And he's like, Miles and Emily are in this room. Like he knew my wife's kid's name. He knew exactly what to say. You know, all the things that we do, the little things that are like, man, it just put me at ease. I was like, okay.
Have you talked to him after?
No, I haven't found him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will find him though. I watched him on the ring camera because I asked him. I told him, you don't leave this house until my wife and kid do. The last one here, and literally I watched all the ring camera. I got downloaded. I watched all my ring camera footage. The guy stayed outside my front door until they left. So huge shout out to that guy. I'll find you.
I'm looking for you.
I'm looking for you, bro, in a good way.
Yeah. So you get to the hospital. Do you remember that time period? Or?
I do. I remember being in the ambulance. I had C-spine injury. Obviously, we knew I had C-spine.
When did you feel like you finally started to come off of that adrenaline rush and now you're like, oh, fuck, like now, like this actually happened?
I don't know that I was on it. Like, I'm sure, yeah, there's adrenaline, but it was never like, it was always like, I knew it was going on the whole time. You know, it wasn't like I was like, I was more basic of you. Yeah. Like, it was like, okay, I know what's going on the whole time.
Yeah.
I was never like too high, like amped up, you know, where I felt like out of control or, if it was like, so, okay, now I'm in the hospital, I'm just cracking jokes. Now I'm getting my sense of humor where he's got me on like, you know, now I push pain meds. Now I'm feeling better. I'm not blacking out. So I remember rolling into a hospital. I'm cutting my shorts off and cracking a joke like, hey, it's cold outside. Yeah. No lie, they cut my shorts off with like 15 pretty nurses in this ER.
All around.
I know. I'm like, come on, man. Like, do we got to do that?
Dude, I'm right here.
I'm right here. Like, I'm awake. Like, why do we got to do this? This is weird now.
Yeah.
Cover me up. Like, I know you're doing it. But, you know, they're like professionals and they do their job. They see us like 30 times a day.
Yeah.
So there's like going to work like a whole team. So,
dude, it's funny, dude. That's the first thing. If they're not already, get them trauma naked. You're just cutting everything off. And now and if they're conscious, you're just looking at this dude. He's butt naked right in front of you. Like, sorry, bro. Like, I have to do this.
And I'm like, I was already sleeping in my boxers. So I'm like, that's all I had was my boxers on. It's all like, we got to do it right now? Like, come on, give me a blanket. They didn't care though. They're like, shut up. Going to work. They put me right into surgery. They'd go into emergency surgery, cut me up and fuck my stomach down to my groin because they saw spots on, you know, obviously imagery, CT. They couldn't do an MRI. Get some that bone shrapnel on my stomach.
So before you went into surgery, what did they tell you the injuries you had? You had shrapnel in the stomach.
So I remember being in and out. So yeah, shrapnel in the stomach, broken pelvis. They couldn't tell. On the imagery, it looked like you might have perforated bowels and stuff like that from the bones. Okay. So like we have to go in and look. We also have to get some of the shrapnel out.
So they do like a laparotomy, like look through your...
Yeah, whatever they call it, where it's like exploratory thing where you open it up and you like, take your guts out and then do all that stuff. So that's what they did. They couldn't touch the one in my spine, the bullet where it's at in my spine, because it's in between L3 and L4 in the disc space. And it was too close to the spinal column to touch, you know, especially with the numbness I had from waist down. They were like, yeah, first we leave it there. It's a specialist, you know. And a lot of times we don't extract them nowadays, you know. I'm like, okay, cool.
So they wanted to make sure you didn't have any internal bleeding or organ damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, so I wanted to do that. Thought I might have to have a colostomy bag, all these things. So
when you got out of surgery, what were the next steps? Were now they dealing with your fractured pelvis or?
I couldn't do a lot with a fractured pelvis.
Yeah.
I went to the ICU. I was there for several days. Trying to get feeling back in my leg, see what happened. In the right leg, it came back. Left leg, I had neuropathy, severe neuropathy. In my left quad, and it's another God thing, L3, L4.
What do you mean by that, another God thing?
So there's been a few key things that happen along this that like really change the trajectory of this whole thing that like are not coincidences. Like the first one is how to get across the bed. Being shot in my spine. When I'm numb from the waist down, like, no, I can't stand up. I tried to.
Because that should have happened right away.
Should happen right away. It hit me. You can see the blood splatter hit before I went on the bed. So like I shouldn't be able to get across the bed. Somehow I got across that bed. one explanation, maybe, is when I hit the floor on the other side, it jarred something and then hurt the nerves. Highly unlikely, but sure, we'll go with it. Maybe. Doubt it. The next one would have been, I could hear the cop in the mic on the, I could hear the 911 operator in the cop's mic on my porch. I don't know how. It's probably hallucinating. Maybe. Sure. Doubtful. And then this one was the way the bullet hit. It's a 40 caliber, and it was upward angle because I was on the second floor. And the way it hit my pelvis, deflected, hit my spine, broke, and went into my disc space at an angle. It didn't shatter it. Imagine if a car is going and hits a telephone pole, a flat one object shatters. You know what I mean? It's really bad. But if you bounce off along the wall, it deflects.
Right.
That angle was deflecting along my body rather than shattering my spinal column.
Which is crazy with like a 40.
Yeah.
Like that, it's not just shattering everything.
That's what I'm saying. That's weird.
Yeah.
You know, for it to stop 0.01 millimeters from my spinal column is pretty lucky.
Damn.
You know, it's rather... And
if it would have gone all the way through, I mean, you would have been paralyzed.
Paralyzed from the waist down.
Damn.
That's why we can't remove it. It's too close to the spinal column.
So you still have the lead in there right now?
Still have it. I'll send you the x-rays to post on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's sitting right there. Little piece of hardware.
Damn. And so you're at probably what, like 2 weeks now being in the hospital?
Yeah, I was probably in there for 2 weeks or so. Yeah, ICU for 4 or 5 days. Got out, and I was really just laying, trying to get my intestines, because they don't know. That's the thing. A lot of this is when it's a spinal injury like that, they don't really know the extent of damage. They can't do an MRI. They can't tell you the exact nerve. It's cut off, how damaged. So it was like, well, is your bowels going to work? Is this going to work? You know, it's really a waiting game. What's going to come back? And so my right leg started coming back. I still had like light tinglies, but my left leg, it was apparent that like my left quad wasn't going to come back. And that's the other God thing. The left quad, or the quads, are the only part of the body that is innervated by 2 dermatomes in the human body. The spine, L2, L3, L3, L4. L3, L4 is the inner quad, upper quad. L2, L3 is the outside. So I still had full function of the outside of my quad. So I was able to still move the leg. If it had been anywhere else, it would like cut it off from there down. Which I'm super thankful.
Getting out of the hospital, you were able to walk, but just with a limp?
A lot of pain.
Yeah, a lot
of pain, tons of pain. They were trying to do it. That's what Dr. Mary Boggs is the head of the trauma center over there. And she was a lifesaver. She found out I was a Green Beret, and she actually, in her part-time job that like nobody knows at the hospital, she was a SOS doc, special operations surgical team doc. They're docs we started taking overseas with us, surgeons, ER surgeons, that we'd keep like 2K behind us, and special vehicles were tricked out. And then back at our fire base, they had a full remote operating areas. So that way, when we got hit, because it was too long of a flight time to reach that golden hour to the next higher level of care for an 18 Delta, so we brought the golden hour to us.
Nice.
And so they would follow us, and these guys were like saving lives, literally like stabilizing patients for 4 or 5 days, full thoracic cut open, like massaging the heart in the middle of Syria.
Dude, those docs are amazing. I mean, the scope of practice too out there in those austere environments. Yeah, it's amazing what they can do. It's
crazy because they bring it with them, and then like in the meantime, they're just treating a lot of the partner force or locals, you know, building this rapport, doing all these things, like saving our operating room for us in emergency. But like we have a separate one where they're really like helping these other people, like building all this great rapport for us, practicing their skills, getting really good at odd injuries, you know, blast wounds.
Yeah.
You know,
all kinds of crazy debris, man, or like the shit they would pack into IEDs that you're digging out of people's bodies is crazy.
They like, and they get to see it all, and they're like huge. That's what helped us in Syria a lot, keeping the casualties down.
Man, so before we get into your like the deployments and your military background, that when you got out of the hospital, you had the pain. Then this was probably March.
It'd been early March.
March of last year.
Yeah.
So now, what was the prognosis at that point that they told you?
What they were telling me was going to be 18, 24 months, may never run again, except this time next year, be a new normal life. He's going to have to accept it. Try some vitamin B12. I heard it helps with nerves. Like, these are all real. These are all what neurosurgeons and stuff told me. You should try stacking those pain pills with antidepressants.
Really? They told you that?
Yeah, and prescribed them.
Jeez. What were they prescribing? Pain pills? Like,
Muscle relaxers, Percocet, Valium. Yeah, you name it. Like, and that's one of the things like we'll get into, but like leaving the hospital.
and was this through the VA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I left the hospital, the ER. I get out and I'm taking because I had severe nerve damage, neuropathy. And so with that comes nerve pain. So it's like my leg would be like on fire. If the lightest thing touched it, it would feel like fire or acid would pull my skin down. It didn't make sense in my brain. I'm like, my leg is not even injured. Like there's no injury there.
Yeah.
Didn't even bump my knee. But it would feel that way. So I'd roll my shorts up so nothing even touched my leg. Or double me over, my kid ran up and grabbed it. And I'm in pain because my back, I can't even walk hardly. And I was trying to get, so at first I would take one pain pill to sleep 4 hours. By the time I was done in 5 days, I ate the whole bottle. I was taking 2 pain pills to sleep 2 hours. And it was that fast. And my wife thankfully looks at me and says, you got to get through this. You know, we got to get through this. But just know this is how really good dudes end up in really bad spots because they get addicted to these. And at that point, I made the call, like, you're right. I can't do this with pain pills.
Just cut them off.
I just cut them off, never did another one. So it was like ibuprofen, Tylenol, and arthritis gel by Walgreens. I got to try that. But it was like ibuprofen for like you rubbing your skin so it wouldn't be so hard on my liver. So because I was trying to stay away from those two to try to help it. That was it.
Damn. And I mean, and they'll prescribe, it's crazy that they'll prescribe so much.
Oh.
Like they'll send you with like a 90-day supply of like oxys.
Oh, I went there to go, my first primary care. Never met my primary care before since I've been out of the Army. Never even knew this lady. But she's the one who handles referrals. So I was trying to get a referral to a neuro because the last neuro told me it would be try some vitamin B12. And I was like, you're not on the team. And so I go to my primary care. And literally I'm there with my wife on FaceTime. And Marcy's a nurse practitioner. So she's well-versed in this. She understands medicine. And I'm like, I don't want any prescriptions. I want a referral to a new neuro. There's one that's part of Vanderbilt. You know I can get to him. And she's like, okay, let's try another pain pill. Let's give you an antidepressant. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? She's like, no, you need to get a note from the surgeon at Skyline, the trauma center I went to, the ER, that says she recommends you go to these. And me, I know Dr. Mary Boggs personally. I have her cell phone number. I'm like, cool, that's easy. Oh, yeah, you got to send this fax number. I'm like, where's the fax number? You got to call this number to get it. I'm like, the hell I do.
Yeah. It's like, you're right here. She's right here. Let me just.
Dr. Mary Boggs was on her. She's like, yeah, what do you want me to say? Who do I need to send this to? Where does it go? And it literally wouldn't give me a fax number. I'm like, this is absurd.
Damn. And so how was the PT?
Oh my gosh. So I'm not done with this lady yet. So it doesn't go well. I erupt. Because I wait on 2.5 hours hold in the lobby and they hang up on me for this fax number. Lose it, not good. Just goes downhill after that.
How'd that play out?
I got new primary care really soon after that.
Yeah.
Didn't go well. I wasn't in the right mind space. I was in a painful spot and not putting up with much.
So you're just yelling?
Just very angry.
Yeah.
Very angry. And luckily, I mean, rightfully so, like that woman shouldn't. Sad part is like the things I said about her not giving a shit about veterans and should not be a licensed care provider here. You're not listening to the thing I say. You don't give a shit. You're just writing prescriptions. I said I'm not taking any. Some of the other people there, the other staff, were like, honey, we know. We've heard this. I'm like, then y'all just as guilty.
Yeah.
Like you're all just as guilty. If we're harboring this, somebody has to stand up and say enough is enough. Like, you shouldn't be here. Report her, fire her. You're terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's unacceptable. And if a veteran was there and not in the resilient mind space I was, or the fighter, like I was still early on, so I hadn't been broken down enough. But if a guy's already on pain pills, down and out.
Yeah.
Like,
and they don't have the resources to give them ulterior options.
Yeah.
And they look at that person as like, oh, you're the trusted expert.
Yeah.
I should be taking these pain pills? Okay.
Yeah. And they're crying for help and you're not helping them. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like I'm seeking the pain pills. I'm asking you for like other alternative methods.
Right.
Referrals.
And you're being resistant on this.
Yes. You're resistant on the easy stuff. Like, you should be resistant if I come here asking for pain pills.
Yeah.
It was the silliest stuff you'd ever seen where it was like, yeah, this person will never want to communicate with me.
And so they said you might not be able to run again.
Yeah.
So at what point did you start getting fed up with that system and trying to seek outside?
It started from the moment in the hospital. Like I dismissed the first doctor that came up there. That was not like Dr. Boggs. Dr. Boggs actually was part of me and her, bonded obviously from Syria stuff. And she was going back over to Syria and Green Beret where I'd been. And her whole team was stellar. And they were getting people to come out as I was getting ready to process out. And they were giving me this advice. I'm laying in bed and she comes to me one night. She knows my mental health was not doing good. It'd be fine in the day when people were there to see me. It'd be when they left, and they're like, man, I don't have feeling in my left leg yet. Or, I haven't, my bowels aren't working. Is it going to work? Mm-hmm. I haven't peed in like 7 days. What am I doing? Starting to freak out a little bit.
Were you worried that those things were going to be permanent?
That's what was part of it. You could have been. Yeah. We didn't know. They couldn't tell me.
Just that uncertainty.
Yes. And it's like, what kind of dad am I going to be? All these things. She came in. It's like, you need to get out of this bed and walk. It's going to hurt like hell. She's like, I'm just telling you, I know your mentality, and I know guys like you. Laying in this bed isn't going to work for you. Mm. And literally, she's like, it's going to hurt, dude. Just don't stop. And literally, I got up my bed, started walking with a walker up and down the hallways. Literally, all day, I would try to. And then it was getting better and better. Where like, okay, I can walk now without a walker, but I had someone holding my belt, all of these things. And thankful she said that too, because she was spot on. I was like, okay, I'm not going to listen to this bullshit. I'm not going to follow this. Like, cool, not going to run. You're off the team. Bye. Yeah. You're off.
We don't need that mindset around here.
We don't need that mindset. Get out of the room. But I told that to one of the orthos. I'm like, okay, you're off the team. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like, no, you're off the team. Bye. Like, my mom was in there. She's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, Mom, you want me on the team?
Yeah. You're walking a thin line right now, Mom.
Yeah. But it was just like getting that mindset of like, whatever, fuck them. Yeah. Like you had to. And at that point, I hadn't even been to my darkest yet. But it was like starting to like shape up like it's going to be really bad. It was getting really real. Like
this recovery journey.
Yes. Much more than I thought of it. Okay, I'll be back in a week or two. It was like, okay, maybe this won't be a week or two or a month or two. Maybe they're really, at some point you start doubting this. When you get setback after setback. Like so I go through that. And I laying in the hospital bed, chat GPT in this. What all I need like in chat GPT, all these medical stuff. It's like, I need a team. I need a PT that knows exactly what he's doing. Because I was like, I want Gary Brecker the shit out of this. Mm-hmm. I want to win, be back to 110%. I need a PT that is top notch, knows what he's doing, holistic stuff. I need peptides, stem cells, and a neuro who's on board who understands this process. They all need to come together, work together to time up my progression, stem cells at the peak point, and then keep doing PT, maintain it. I had none of those when I left the hospital. I'm literally like, so I'm like, okay, first meeting with the PT. And we're living in an Airbnb at this time too.
Oh, yeah. So at that time, so you guys moved out of that house immediately?
Never went back.
Never went back?
Yep. Yeah, my son never stepped back foot in that house again after that night. My wife came back at one point, and it was to get some stuff, and it was tough for her, obviously. And then I did the rest of the move out. Yeah, I didn't feel it safe for them, so I was like, no, we're not going back.
Were you angry about that, or how'd you feel about that?
Indifferent.
Yeah.
I didn't really. I mean, I know.
Just it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I wasn't angry about that. I was angry about how I was performing or leading my family more so than not being back in my house, I felt I was lacking in performing as a husband and father in a difficult time for them.
You mean physically or?
Physically, mentally leading my family. You know what I mean? Like who cares about my physical, mental? I still need to lead my family. And when I'm not doing that properly because when I'm in pain or whatever the excuse I got, still, that doesn't matter. My wife's still hurting too. She still went through that. Yeah, the attention's on me because I got a bullet in my spine, but it's like, she still went through that. She still got to be a mom. She still got to take it. Now she has more shit on her plate because I'm like a fraction of what I did. I can't even walk. I can't even lift. I'm not allowed to lift anything. I can't even put on my own shoes. We had to go buy shoes. I was so embarrassed because my wife had to put my shoes on. I went and bought shoes I could slip on my feet so my wife wouldn't have to put them on every day. That's how so I just added more to her plate that was already piling up.
Yeah.
I just was like, I felt like a failure. you know, and I was like letting emotions control me more so than I prefer.
Were you drinking at all at this point or no?
No, I had set into recovery. I was like, I'm gonna heal my body. So and I was never a big drinker. And so no, I was like fully like, I don't have any of this, but I just know alcohol isn't going to add to this dichotomy of, you know, isn't going to make a good cocktail right now with these painkillers. Me,
I'm already high enough.
I don't need this alcohol to bring me down, you know.
Man.
Thankfully, I didn't. You know, I just had my kid and my wife, so I'm like, I wasn't doing well, but I knew like, okay, alcohol mixing this is not good, especially because everything I looked at was like spinal injuries, nerves, dehydration.
Just make it all worse.
Just making it worse.
Yeah.
And I have no shot right now to recover with nobody on my team. My first PT shows up in our first Airbnb, and bless her heart, she wanted to tell me about her cats, and like she just did not look like.
Did not bring the intensity or like the focus.
She didn't know much about the human body. I'll just say that. PT is a loose term I would use to describe her. Yes, did not know much. And we're sitting, I was a youngest patient by 35 years.
Yeah.
Not what I'm looking for. That lasted 2 sessions. I was like, okay, you got to go. So now I have no PT. I have nothing. I have nothing. I can't even get to a friggin' referral by the VA. The VA, I go there to try to get to pain intervention through them. And that's for like acupuncture and stuff like that. And literally that guy writes me another antidepressant. Literally, I go to the pharmacy to fill up because they were able to get me that gel, that diaphanectic gel, I think it is.
And now, were you telling them like also you have mental health stuff going on, or were they just recommending this?
No, I tell them nothing. Well, I'm like, yo, I just am not taking painkillers. You know, like I'm just not going to do the painkiller route. So let's look at all these other things that I know are out there. Yeah, alternative treatments, acupuncture, you know, like cryotherapy, all these things out there. I'm not the worst injury, believe it or not, that the VA's ever seen. Like it's like literally the guy for pain intervention at Vanderbilt wrote me a prescription for freaking antidepressants.
Damn.
I'm like, what?
It's almost like the pharmaceutical industry is like owning our medical system.
I'm like, I'm not taking it. I literally said these words, I'm not taking any pain pills or antidepressants.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can write you one. I'm like, what are you not understanding right now?
Damn.
Like I was perfectly blunt about it, and so I go to get this gel that the one I get at Walgreens. It's like they have the 3% you can get prescription wise, and I go to pick that up because I was like, give me that ibuprofen, fill an ibuprofen prescription for me, so I can buy this. I walk out with a grocery sack. I'm not exaggerating, like this big, like full of pain pills.
Damn.
So many so that my wife like calls the VA to like make sure somebody didn't mess something up because I had so many. I had like 760 muscle relaxers, like 1,200 painkillers. They're like, no, ma'am, he's got 3 more refills.
Dude, that fucking pisses me off, man. Because they're killing people with that.
It's nuts. I'm like, I don't know the street value, but you know some guys. I got some guys. I don't know, dude. You got some guys.
Yeah, man. I mean, and then that on top of mental health issues, and they just start they get an injury or something happens, they get a prescription for pain pills, and then they just get hooked, and then they kill themselves.
Yeah, it's very sad. And it's like, I'm thankful that I was in the mindset I am, that I didn't fall into it, and I had a wife that said something. Yeah. Maybe I would have been blindsided. Maybe I'd be susceptible. I don't know.
So before we keep going down your PT journey, so going back to the beginning, so when did you join the Army?
2009.
Now, did you know your wife then or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
So what led you to join the Army?
Well, I didn't have a way to pay for college originally. And so I was like, cool, I'll do this National Guard thing. They'll pay for school.
Okay.
And so then I went to base training, came back, and then I was going to go to school. Well, that lasted a whole semester, opening weekend.
And how old were you?
18, 19, 18 years old. Yeah. So that didn't last so long. You just go to college the first time to get kicked out. I'm just saying that right now.
So how'd you feel about it? Were you showed up and you're like, hey, this isn't for me?
What, for school?
For school.
No, I showed up and partied a lot.
Dude, that's why I joined the military instead of going to college. I'm like, bro, I'm 18. I know I would just party my ass off.
Yeah, well, I didn't listen. So I did that party thing. I was like, man, this isn't for me as I'm getting expelled. And so after getting expelled, I found a unit going to Afghanistan and transferred.
What'd you get expelled for?
Disturbances on campus, trouble. Yeah. Lots of trouble. Alcohol related.
Just being a rowdy 18-year-old.
Yeah, and I'm just a little kid. Whatever, that school sucked anyhow.
Yeah.
Got my master's now.
Wasn't
whatever.
meant to be.
Losers. Their loss, not mine. I'm just really glad it worked out that way because it all led me through, all of this and, really changed the trajectory of my life. It all happens for a reason,
So you get expelled from college.
Find a unit going to Afghanistan. And so
Still in the guard.
Yep.
Okay.
I transferred to them, deployed with them.
So now, what time frame is this?
This is 2009.
Okay.
It was a short time after.
So now, were you wanting to deploy? Like, you're looking for whoever unit is going?
Oh, yeah. So I found a nurse unit deploying.
Okay.
And so deployed with them. And while on this deployment, saw these bearded dudes. I'm like, yo, dude, these dudes are doing the cool shit. Like, what are these guys? Like, who are these cats? Dressing all cool and doing whatever they want. Like, literally getting hit with at the gate. And like, these guys are rolling out, like, back down, just burning it down. Like, whoa. They don't have body armor on. This dude's in flip-flops. Like, this is cool. And so they're like Green Berets. And I was like, cool, I'm going to do that.
And so now, what were you doing as a
infantry.
guardsman on the... Okay.
So I was infantry.
So how was that first deployment to Afghan?
It was kind of lame, dude. It was like just we did a year. It wasn't like, I don't know, because everything I compare it to now is like SF. And those are like totally different.
Yeah.
Like your big boy rules to like being a kid and coddled.
Be here at this time, do this, you're doing this.
Yes. Led by like half the NCOs like don't know what it means to be an NCO. There are those really good leaders in there that could excel, and they do, and they're usually found their way to the top really fast because they're in a pool of, like average Joes. Like, and they're just studs at what they do. And they usually go on the group or something. They usually get out or move on or become sergeant majors really fast,
So did you see any action on that first deployment?
No, we saw very minimal anything. Yeah, we saw some, like, these got messed up, VBID, stuff like that. But, like...
Were they VBIDs on the compound or, like, out of patrols?
Compounds.
Okay.
Yeah. It was lame compared to like everything else. I mean, there was like little stuff like that, but not. It just comparing it to what I moved.
Yeah. So with that, before we moved from that first deployment, did you get to see any casualties or treat any casualties?
Oh yeah. We treated casualties, stuff like that. Not a lot, not that many. None that stick with me that I remember. Like we got one dude who got messed up pretty bad. But yeah, no, I didn't get to treat him in particular though.
See a fellow guardsman?
Yeah.
What happened with him?
He was there close to the blast, and the blast went off for a VBID.
At the gate?
Yeah. So he was up there I think they were rolling out. Like he was our company. I can't remember if he was in like a Alpha company or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a different platoon. Eric Blackburn was his name. He's a good dude. But he got hit. Shrapnel. Got blasted. I think he took a big piece of shrapnel through his chest. He survived though. Yeah, but he was real close to the blast.
And so what happened with that VBID? Would they
breached the gate.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
to come through, yeah. That's the day I drove it through the gate to come through. So
was there a secondary or was it just the one?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you. I don't remember all the blasts that went off because at that point I'm like an E4.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Your head down.
Yeah. You're like, all right, what's going on over here?
All right, what do I do? Where do I go? Do I get my gun? Go to the wall? Come to the wall. Do this? Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's like...
It's so funny. People are like, hey, what's going on? Dude, I got no fucking idea. Yeah, I'm just doing what I'm told.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I'm like, go to go myself. Let's go. Like, I don't remember exactly all that.
But that's where you first saw Green Berets.
Yeah. That's why I'd seen them before in other ops, but like, that's the first time I was like, man, these guys are doing cool shit.
Yeah, like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, let's do that stuff. And they had their own compound on a compound where you see them come in, with all their cool Hilux and stuff.
Dude, isn't that like awesome? Well, yeah, but yeah, like whenever I was like on my deployments, you have the compound within the compound. It's like, hey, wait, those guys get like beer and steaks and shit in their little inside compound?
Right. Yeah, no, I had no idea. I'm over eating chow hall shit. I'm like, well, this guy got this Glock with his extended mag. What is that? You make me take my gun outside and clear it in the barrel. He doesn't clear it. Yeah. It's crazy how different it is, too.
So you get back from that first Afghan deployment, and now you're 19, 20?
I'm probably 20.
20. So how do you feel? Do you feel different now that you've come back 20 years old?
21. Probably 21. I think I turned 21 in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Turned 21 in Afghanistan. 20. Maybe I turned right when I came out. 21 in Afghanistan.
So do you feel like Kalob was different post that first Afghan deployment than when you went off?
Oh, I'm sure. Probably much more like dumb. Maybe a little more rowdy. Maybe more a little rowdy, but at least I had a direction. Like, man, this is a cool goal. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. Because I immediately started paperwork to release to active duty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was released. I want to go do it full time. I was like, no, this is cool. I want to go do it full time. So that's why I released active duty to go to selection. And so I released then, like, it would have been 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, in that time frame. And I got picked up in like 2011, 12 time frame.
So pretty quick. You get back from that deployment.
Yeah,
I was, the paperwork.
I was starting to file the paperwork for a conditional release.
Okay.
To release to active duty. So I switched over to active duty. Went to Bragg, or went to Benning, processed in there. I was already airborne qualified. And then we did the like prep course for selection, SOPC, because you came in under X-ray contract, even though you were prior service. Some way they were able to backdoor it, and so I did. And so I went there, selection, got picked up.
So how was that selection course?
It was shitty. Like, I mean, there's no way around it. Like, I mean, it's like.
So for somebody like a glimpse into it, what are the big?
I mean, you have like, they all say, you can read any book on them. Like, it's a misconception. Selection is not about what you do there. It's about what you did to lead up to that point. It's a mental game.
Yeah.
I always say that. Like,
You're just deciding you're not going to quit.
And like, you can decide you're not going to quit. They don't care. Like, most people there, like, if you're at that point, you're within the first 5 days, you'll know who's going to quit and who's not, you know, and you'll weed some off, but like the big chunk will drop off in the beginning. Like, oh man, you failed the PT test. What are you even doing here, dude?
Yeah.
You know,
How'd you get here?
Yeah, how'd you even get here, bro? And, but it's about what you did your life up to that point is what they're looking at. They're not looking at like, oh great, this guy can land nav. Cool. Everyone can land nav. Oh wait, this guy can ruck run. Cool. Everyone can do that at this point. At this level, everyone's physically fit. It's like, who is he when no one's looking? You know, it's like.
So now they're also checking off your career up to that point, what you've done.
And they're doing a lot of psych evals too. You know, there's psychological evaluations. That's the biggest majority of it. There's a lot of it. They're looking at who the person is. Not so much like how well he does. There's timed events. You got to meet minimum standards to pass these events. But cool, you can get an Olympic athlete in there that's mentally not there. And he may be able to crush the events. Or a pro football player, which there was some. He can crush the events physically. He's the most gifted athlete there. Mentally, he's the most weakest component there is. You know, he's got an attitude. He doesn't know how to adjust or think under pressure. He eats himself up, or he just tries to like, he lets his mind control him, you know, rather than letting his, controlling his mind and taking care of, the body will follow. If your mind stays switched on, your body will go a lot longer. And some of these guys feel victim to that, and it becomes a victim mentality.
So about what the size of the class was when you started?
I'll say maybe like 100, 200, 150.
Okay. And how many did you graduate with?
I want to say it's like 30 or so at the end.
Okay.
It was a smaller one, maybe 40. I can't remember exactly. I could be totally wrong. I don't know, really. They don't tell us.
And so now you feel like most people are meeting the standards, but as you're going along, they're dropping people.
Oh, yeah.
For one reason or another.
Yeah, people will drop for a plethora of reasons. So you have different phases. Like, you have the beginning phase, I want to say maybe the first week, where you're doing like, the whole thing is a mental game. But it's not like you're getting like yelled at and hazed, so to say. There are places where you're getting like smoked and doing PT and stuff. And all those things you see like with the log PT and all of that stuff. But like, who's not performing there? Those guys they'll just quit themselves. It's not like the cadre watch whatever that selection show is. Like, the cadre just walk up and says, you're dropped. No, they quit themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people start self-selecting all the time. And you're like, okay, well, he's gone. You get a little better. And a lot of times they'll do things. It'll be like unknown, unmarked. You have no idea what the time limit you're against. You have no idea standard you're against. You are literally given a whiteboard and you'll see it on the screen. It'll say like 0330, 65 pounds dry, unknown, unmarked, distance, get ready to go. And you'd be down there at 0330, where you just got back in 2 hours ago, with 65 pounds dry, with plus your water, and then you will follow a set of cones. You don't know when they stop, where they go, what happens next. Man. You're just rucking as fast as you can go. And if you don't make time hacks, then they'll be sitting there calling out, like, they'll call out numbers at the end of the day or at some point. But boom, 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 boom. Come over here, meet over here, the rest of you over here, because you have a number assigned. And so you'll never see them guys again.
And it's just really mentally you versus you. Like, how hard are you going to push consistently?
Yep. What are you going to do when you get down, when you get that injury? What are you going to do when this happens? How are you going to handle, how are you going to problem solve? Especially when it comes like, that's the one thing we do uniquely is we do team week, where we bring people together at the end, the last week, I think it was like team week. And so you're now trying to problem solve in a group, small team. And you're doing like down pilot and stuff like that, which is carrying this massive, like, duffel bag of sand. It weighs like a freaking ton with these poles and little straps. You're trying to get him like 10 miles down the road with one wheel, a Humvee wheel and a wheelbarrow handle. And 12 dudes, it's just terrible.
Yeah, it's like, all right, figure it out, guys.
Figure it out, but it's not. But you got 12, like, or 10 alphas there.
Yeah.
But it's like, who's able to navigate that? And they're watching you. They're about you. They don't say anything. They don't tell you. They don't tell you you're stupid. They don't tell you you're wrong.
So what do you feel like for you personally was maybe the difficult part of selection for that course? Or was it all equal?
I mean, I don't know. No, I would say team week, navigating probably different personalities that like, but I like literally was super blessed. Like we'd be in at like 12 hours. We'd be getting back in. Some teams would get in like 8 hours later. I was on very stellar teams, very good. So we kind of all just like had that mentality. It's very rare that happens, but like every team I was on, we killed it. I'm like, yes, I'm here first, you know, because if you're there first, you get to eat first. And so you're like eating, and then like this guys are coming in, like you're about ready to get up and go again. So they're going to come in, they're going to drop their stuff, go eat, maybe sleep for an hour, and then boom, something else is going to pop on the board. They got to be out there. It's like, bro, I just got like 5 hours extra sleep than you did.
Dude, you got to stop sucking, bro. It's just going to keep sucking.
But it's like, you know, like half of those dudes are like, man, you're a stud. And these other guys are like and slowly the guys who suck get weeded out, and then they come better teams. You know, it works out, but it's really brutal on some.
And so when you passed through that selection, how'd you feel graduating it?
You know, you felt good. It was an accomplishment. But it was like, that was just a little stepping stone. Like, you know, like I was eye on the prize. Like, let's go on to the next one. Let's get after it.
So where'd you move to after that?
Then we go to Q course. We start the Q course. And so you go through that. I was the long Bravo, so I went to the 18 Delta. So based off your test scores, send me the 18 Delta course. And SOCM is the first portion. Wasn't for me. So after A&P, A&P was weird. SOCM's weird. It's like the medics, where all the medics go through. The SEAL medics, special forces.
Starks.
Yep. All those guys go there. And don't get me wrong, they're the best in the world at what they do. Not for me.
It's a lot of medical books.
It's like drinking from a fire hose 24/7, 365.
Especially if you didn't have the medical background leading up to 18 Delta, and you're just like, what the fuck?
I'm like an 1811 Bravo, like, let's go, you know, like, smash, you know. Like, and these guys are like, they're really good at what they do, but you got to really be dedicated to being a medic.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
And that's like probably a year pipeline.
Yeah, it's like,
you have the long course for 18 Delta.
Yeah, I want to say it's like 9 or 10 months for SOCM.
Okay.
Can't remember. Yeah, it's like 9 or 10 months just for SOCM before they even start their Q course training and another MOS training later on. That's just for the SOCM medics. So I leave after A&P, which is phase 2, not long in there. I don't think I got through half of that phase. Like, it was early on in the phase, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And so I got reclassed over to 18 Bravo. And so then we go through, I don't remember the pipeline where we started. I don't remember IEW. Man, we go to like SUT, which is like small unit tactics. It's like a version of Ranger School. It's where we do small unit tactics, battle drill 1 alpha, you know, all of those things like shoot, move, communicate repeatedly. Then we go followed by SEER. We do our own SEER there, SEER C.
So how was your SEER experience?
Legit. Like, that sucked, dude. Like, you don't eat for like 14 days, you know. One dude got like dysentery and like
So how long was your SEER time?
I don't know.
Your course?
What's SEER, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how?
I think like the first week is like you're just getting training in the classroom, and then like after that you're live in the box.
And then was the whole last week escaping?
You're in a camp at some point.
Okay. Was it? I guess the camp's probably towards the end.
Yeah. Maybe it's 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks or 4?
I'm not sure. I never went.
I can't remember. It all blurs together at this point. Too many TBIs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the last, so you do you do like a week of training where you're in the classroom and they're teaching you how to do all these things, snares, traps, live off the land. Everything you're going to essentially need to survive the next thing. Yeah, bullshit.
And so, none of this shit works.
I can't catch a squirrel. I'm eating roadkill rabbit over here. My boy's got dysentery. And so then you go into like evasion, and they taught you, so you're evading from capture. And so you're just through the hillside in North Carolina. And you will get captured, no matter how hard you try not to.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. And so you go into...
So how did you get captured? Do you remember?
No. I don't remember how I got captured. I think I got thrown in a van or something. I'm not for sure. I don't know. I don't remember how I got captured. I know how I got there, though. I know what it looked like in there. I was ready to get out a short time after. Then it becomes like the whole mental game of breaking you, what to do should you get captured, stuff like that. So I try to teach you techniques like that.
So how was your time in the camp? Was that anything stuck out? Them trying to break you or get info from you?
I mean, just breaking ice naked, standing in a pond, a bunch of people laughing at you. That's fun. As you can imagine, everything's small.
Yeah.
Like, everything's small.
It's like I'm not proving anything to
I'm
anybody.
not proving anything. It's cold out, all right? Once again, I'm naked. It's cold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we went through in like a February time. It was cold.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really cold at that point. Maybe it was like late fall. Yeah, it was really cold. I remember that. I remember trying to eat a chicken foot. Yeah, it was brutal. I could still like do flashbacks to that like campfire that they had. And you would like rotate through to try to get warm a little bit. One guy was like the camp. You had to tend the fire. And so we'd take turns trying to warm each other up. Because all you have was a blanket. You have like no clothes and stuff. Like you got a freaking blanket. Like it's terrible, dude.
Yeah.
It's miserable. And they give you like a bowl of like a chicken foot to eat. I'm like, I'm gnawing on a chicken foot, dude. Like, what have I done with my life?
And it's trying to like simulate like a POW camp.
Yeah, like a POW. Because the Syria originally came from, I believe, Colonel Nick Rowe in his time.
He was a Green Beret
He was
POW?
a Green Beret. Yep. I believe he wrote the book, 5 Years to... Yeah, he did. I know he wrote the book, 5 Years to Freedom. And he came back, and that's why we have Camp McCall, Nick Rowe. He's the one who started that Syria school, I believe. I'm correct on that. But it was based on his experience in the Vietnam camp. And how he survived 5 years in a Vietnam POW camp. Oh, yeah. And what he had to do. And so it's kind of set up around that.
And so whenever you pass through Syria, where are you headed to next?
I think we go to MOS or like MOS training.
Okay.
I believe that's next. I could be totally wrong. Somebody's going to yell at me, but dude, you're an idiot. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know. But I know these are all in there at some point.
The internet knows, dude.
Yeah, the internet knows. And they've changed it up a lot, too. I know they changed it, like, because we did language at the very end.
What was your language you picked?
French.
Okay. You look like a French guy.
You know, bonjour. Comment allez-vous? The only language they don't speak in Syria, Iraq.
The most useless language in the Middle East.
100%. That's very true. Nobody, but we had French special forces with us, so
okay.
I actually got to speak it with them. That was cool. But I had French. After that, you go to MOS phase, which is cool for 18 Bravo, you know.
So this whole time period from day one of selection to now, you are a Green Beret.
No, you ain't shit.
Well, in title, officially.
No, you ain't nothing. If I get dropped on that day.
Well, no. I mean that entire, like, not day one of selection to whenever you finally end. It's about 2-year pipeline?
A year and a half.
Year and a half?
Year and something.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say a year and a half.
All right.
Probably 2 years for 18 Delta. Like for them to go through for the medical thing because they have the additional 9 months that nobody else has. So it tacks on a whole nother thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's probably a year and a half for us. Could be totally wrong. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't recycle anything, any phase or anything like that. So it was fortunate. Like a lot of these will have to recycle some or medical stuff. They get banged up and they just can't physically do it because of an injury they sustained. Then they get to roll back. They can pick up on the next class.
Okay. So at what point now are you officially, okay, now I'm a Green Beret, I'm not.
That's when you get done with language, you go to a group. Okay. Once you get done they changed, that's the thing they did change. Like you got your Green Beret before language, but when I was there, you didn't get your Green Beret till after language, which is the last 6 months of it. So then you get your Green Beret, you go to group.
How'd you feel when you finally got it?
It was cool. It was cool. My dad drove down there. He got to see me graduate. That was super cool. He was pretty proud. he was just excited to get to work. You know what I mean? Like he did all this. Like I was just in there, like,
Yeah.
like, you know, stuff's going on. You've been here forever in the schoolhouse. You're like, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, you're ready to go to work. But
and so now you go 5th group?
yeah, I get stationed with 5th group.
So how was that getting checked into that unit?
You show up with a case of beer. If you don't know that, new guy to a team, show up with a case of beer. I don't care what they say, they still do it. Yeah, I met a chief warrant officer. One of the first couple of guys I met, chief warrant officer in the parking lot. Like, what are you doing? I was like, I got a case of beer. And he's like, you better have 2. There's a B team up there too. So I get back in my car, get back in my truck. I go back to PX. I buy another case of beer. I walk with 2 cases of beer, and drop them off for a team and all that. So at that point, like, it's not like what most people think. It's pretty grown up. You kind of interview for a team, almost like they know your reputation started long before you were even there. Mm-hmm. Like they know who you are before you left that Q course, because guess what? One of those instructors is probably back on your team now. He's done being an instructor. Mm-hmm. He's returned to teams. And so he knows you. You know, it's a very small community. So it's like teams know who you want. Mm-hmm. If you didn't have a good rep, a lot of them been weeded out at this point. But
how large roughly is the Green Beret community?
I don't know. There's 12. What we got? Probably 10. So I don't know.
That's a good question.
Couple, yeah, with the Google.
Yeah, can you Google it?
Right, maybe 3,000.
Yeah. It's a small community, though. Everybody knows everybody, and especially keeping track of your personality.
Yeah.
If you're a dirtbag or not.
Oh, yeah. Once you have a reputation, too, it's like, especially once you get a reputation in group for doing something, it like follows you. Groups, okay, so a group, 15 to 10, so that's 3rd, 5th, 10th, 7th. It's about 4,000. I say about 4,000.
Okay, and so now you get to that first unit. This is 2012?
So 13 or so.
13?
14, 13, 14.
So now, did you deploy right away after you checked in? Or?
No, we didn't deploy yet. We had a Syria conflict coming over. I think they just got back from Jordan or something. My team did. That I went to. Because you got to get checked in, got to be a team for a little bit. They're waiting for you to sign a team. So then you get put on a team. In 2014, you go to a team. And really, you just shut up. And you just do what you're told. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you E6s with deployment, but it's like there's dudes there with like 10, 15 deployments. You're just like, do what you're told. Mm-hmm. You know, and really, it's not like, it's not that. Like, if you're playing, you have a good idea, you say it. You're not being they're not hazing you. There's not that. It's like,
you just know your place.
Yeah, you're not going to jump in big, hey, you're wrong. Like, man, I probably want to check yourself. This guy probably knows his stuff.
Yeah.
But like, definitely it's more of a, hey, you've been through this. Now, all the Q course did was keep you alive in the doorway. It didn't keep you alive and make you an asset yet. You know, you're still like just barely not a liability. You know, and now the team starts training you, like all the stuff you need to know how to operate on a team. And that's where like you really just go heads down and you're just like learning. Drinking from a fire hose. Thought the Q course was fast and furious. Q course was a blessing. You're home way more in a Q course than you are on a team. Like you're constantly gone. You're constantly with training. You're at work all the time. Like it becomes your like life, which you love it. You know, it's not like you love it. The families, it's hard on families, harder because you're a young Green Beret. You're like, man, I just want to do this.
And so where was that first deployment to whenever you
went to Syria.
Okay.
We went to Syria in 2015, 16. Yeah. So we went to Iraq first, staged from Iraq, and it kicked in Syria. Yeah. Yeah, that was 2015, 16. I can't remember. I'm trying to think. 2016. We were there like the same time every year, so I'm trying to like, would have been the fall.
So do you remember the main mission on that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we came in. We were going to take Manbij, the first major city to fall in Syria. Aleppo fell, and then we had the 50-man bod count for Syria. The 50-man bod count, and there can only be 50 American boots. This was Obama still in office. Yeah, so when did Trump take office?
16, 17?
Okay. So yeah, Obama was still in office in the beginning. I remember that the zinc switch for a while.
So they were trying to keep a very limited presence.
Yep, it was very low footprint, U.S. footprint, 50 boots on the ground at one time.
So it's just you and a very small group of dudes out there.
Yeah. So our team went in with some other people from other units.
Now, are you working alongside like the national forces there or no?
Yeah, we're the Kurds. The Kurds are mainly, they're northern Syria, so it's all Kurdish.
Okay.
They call the YPJ. And they were great fighting force. Totally different than Afghanistan, Iraqis. Totally different. Much better, more bought in.
Yeah.
Much better. Much more command and control. Just a more organized force. So it was a 15-man boots on the ground at one time. So like literally, if somebody wanted to fly in, one person had to get on the plane to fly out. That's how strict it was. So it was kind of annoying.
So how was that first deployment?
It was good. It was pretty good. Yeah, we did the whole Manbij thing, surrounding Manbij.
So walk me through that. How was that?
It was good. I got to be a little careful about what I say about it.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
certain things.
Yeah. So is this, on this deployment, was that your first real direct action?
This was first, like, real, like, getting it on. Yeah, it was good ones. Whereas that's the I think I kind of dance around because I know I was talking about from people at other units or, you know, so there's a certain perspective I have.
Yeah,
that,
of course.
You know, but it was unique, you know. We got to, you know, surround the city of Manbij, and it was literally just inch by inch, day by day, move forward, you know. I got to work with some cool units like Brits, stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're just loving it the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's cool. It was legit. It's like what you signed up for to do, you know, you're like, this is cool.
Yeah, because it's like, I want to go to war. This is what I want to do.
Yeah, you want to do it. And everyone joined behind the ISIS fight. Everyone hated them. These were terrible humans.
Yeah, and they were putting out like the videos of like,
that's what I'm saying. They're just like, everyone's
shit.
hating them. Like they're doing everything to be like, oh yeah, support this war. And you're like, yeah, let's do it. You know? So it was literally surround the city and you just cut it off and you just keep inch by inch till you circle it off. And then at the end, it seems to be every time, they would get in cars with civilians and exfil the city to the next city, and then we would just follow them down.
Man.
That was all over the news. If you pulled up the story, it'd be like how they left Manbij. Literally, these ISIS fighters are sitting in cars with like kids on their lap with their flags, their little burkas over the face. Literally driving right out of the city in a 2-mile-long convoy. Because we've circled it to where it's like 10 freaking buildings right here, you know? And these guys were savages. Like, they...
And now, were you, I guess, because there's civilians and stuff, not allowed to call in strikes on that convoy?
Oh, no, you couldn't do it. We couldn't even fire on it. Like, you just risk civilian casualty. We didn't want any civilian casualties. Like, we had saw what happened in Iraq and stuff like that, some of the pitfalls. Like, and we're very, that's why it's been so successful. It's like we're very surgical to an extent. There's obviously accidents can happen. We don't ever intend any of that to happen. There's no ill will. But yeah, you can't in the convoy. That's why they would sit a kid on their lap here. I'm not gonna shoot a kid. I'm not gonna call an airstrike on a kid. Like,
yeah, they know.
Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah,
they did it outside of Raqqa too, where they loaded up on the buses. They put all these kids and families on buses and drove out.
Dang.
Yeah, like it's like.
So, do you remember in that deployment your first, I guess, gunfight that really stood out to you? That stuck out? You're like, oh, all right, now I'm in it.
Yeah, a couple of them that were good. That were real good. Where you're sketchy. Like, you know, if you make it or whatever. A couple of them were good. Yeah. Like where they, you know, come up behind you or hit with artillery. Because we had a lot of tunnels and stuff like that. Where you're just...
Like very coordinated attack.
They were very well trained, very coordinated. Very, very coordinated. Like you're like engaging dudes with GoPros and body armor. Like firing 155s at you. Anti-tank gun munitions. Like very, very well coordinated. And they weren't dumb either. They were very tactical with drones and stuff like that. And they were well funded, obviously. You know, they had billions of dollars to the oil stuff. Yeah.
So, did you ever have any close calls on that deployment?
Oh, yeah. A couple of them. We had a couple of them. Outside Manbij, yeah, sure.
Can you talk about those in general?
Oh, yeah. Just guys come up tunnels behind you in places you don't expect them to be.
And so now, were you in an urban environment now when they're coming out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're entering urban areas because the cities, like these cities are big. Like they have like buildings like 30 stories tall. So you're entering them, cutting them off, coming closer and closer, you know, like you're encircling. You're essentially setting a snare and you're engaging on the outside, calling strikes, but you just keep tightening the noose, tightening the noose. You day by day.
Yeah.
You just rotate on and off. On
And
and
as you're closing that in, they might pop up.
off.
from
So
behind.
there's tunnels or stuff like this that they've already laid traps with, and they've rigged everything so bad. Like, this is part of the savagery. They like would rig like kids' teddy bears with self-detonating things. You pick the teddy bear up, it releases, blows up. You know, just like horrible shit. So like, you'd be moving up and you freed this village, this group of houses outside the city. Okay, great. Now people move back and like, thank you, you know? And it's like, boom, boom, like they're detonating these IEDs.
So you're seeing like civilians like picking this
So
stuff
they've
up.
been rigged in these houses, like by these guys as they're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that's what kind of people they were. Like, it was like, they were there to fight and die. Like, they were not giving up.
Just total war.
Yeah, they just didn't care about the carnage or what they were doing, and it was sad. It was terrible. So it felt good when you eradicated them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no like ill will. It's like, okay, you're a bad human.
Yeah.
Like, you're making these propaganda videos that are atrocious.
Yeah.
Like, you're a bad human.
I'm taking you out.
Yeah, you need to leave this earth. like the more of you are gone, the better we all
And
are.
I've trained years for this exact moment.
There's a moment everyone hates you. Everyone hates you. Even the other Taliban guys hate you. like they would. There'd be reports that like ISIS is like too vicious. Like Taliban doesn't like them. Like then they came out with ISIS-K in Afghanistan. Like nobody liked ISIS-K because they were too vicious. And it's like,
And where was the funding for a lot of these like ISIS groups popping out of?
all over, dude. Like they were getting a lot from oil.
Yeah.
We watched, there's videos.
Because there's all kinds of conspiracies about, the funding and the creation of these ISIS units and like,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's always, you see things about Iran. I didn't worry about that. Like that's like two of my head. I'm sure there's some conspiracy theorists, or I'm sure there was probably funded by some partner. I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it. I just, at that point, I don't know. Whoever's funding you, we got to stop them. So
yeah. Yeah.
somebody shut the bank account off. I'll worry about these guys.
So did you guys lose anybody on that deployment?
On that one, I can't remember. Scotty Dayton was killed on that one. I don't remember if he was on that one or the next one. I don't remember.
Did you get any injuries on that deployment?
No, not me. I mean, I'm sure probably like TBI or something, but no, it wasn't like that bad. Like, no.
So after
They got worse. They got better and better as well.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Then I could crank it up even more next time I come back. And
So when you get home from that deployment, what's the turnaround time before you leave again?
6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
So now we're good? Okay. Cut that.
Okay.
So now you're mid-20s, 23 or so?
Yeah. Probably like 24, 24, 25.
Now, did you notice any changes in Caleb coming back from that deployment?
See, those changes, though, you don't notice them as you're living them.
Yeah, looking back.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. You don't notice them as you're living them. It's like, you don't realize your body's doing these things. It's like survival mode. You don't know it. You're in the job, you're training, you're as fast as you can, you know. It's the long term is when you start to see the spouse or the, you know what I mean? Because, like, you don't know what you don't know. And so, for me, I never noticed, like, I noticed after, like, the one in 2018 where I got blown up, like, I had, like, a TBI clinic. I had problems, like, vision. I was, you know, getting sick. Like, I had a lot of issues that I could easily tell medically was an issue. But I didn't know the real issues or all the issues that were going on. I didn't realize that my cognitive ability had declined this much, or that I was this way with my wife, or, you know, I like, it was like things like my son leaning over me that triggered a red flag in my head. Like, whoa, bro,
Yeah.
you can really compartmentalize some shit, you know, like, that's weird, you know? And then, like, even if you know, you hear your spouse crying out or saying, like, you're not normal, you know, you don't know.
Yeah. What year did you meet your wife?
It'd have been 2017,
Okay. So was that after
2018.
after your first deployment?
It'd have been after my second or third. Yeah, after my second, third deployment.
How many times did you deploy?
4.
Okay. So that second deployment, you come back from the first, you head out. Are y'all going back?
Going back to the same place.
Okay.
Same place, wherever they just moved it down. Literally.
So these teams are rotating on the same mission.
Yep. So if your team was good or on the tip of spear, then you got to go back. But you had to you still competed for the mission. So when it came back, the training ramped up even more for our team because like, man, we're going back to that one again. So you have to be the top team and constantly competing. And everybody, you got to think, if you have a couple fronts, you only have a couple ODAs on each front rotating. So that's really only 4 to 6 ODAs a year that get that mission. Evolve group.
Yeah.
So you want to be the top team, And there's all these other missions around the world they got to do, but you want to be that one because that's where all the conflict's at.
Yeah.
So like our training ramps up even more. We're like, okay, that was fun. Let's do it again. I got to make sure of it. And our team sergeant was brought in. Like he can't, I had great team sergeants. That's a big thing, is having really good team sergeants. Most people don't get those a lot. I mean, there are good ones out there.
What do you think makes a good team sergeant?
Good question, dude. That's a good one. The ability to lead and let others lead, I would say. Like you lead, but you're stoic almost. Extent you don't micromanage, but you also have a standard that is like unwavering. You create a culture, like the team culture, and you can't. There's a fine line. You got to be boys with the boys, but you're also a team sergeant. You know what I mean? There's a fine line, and they got to respect you. And like, it's hard to juggle that for some, especially guys come from the team that could turn the team sergeant. It's like, well, you were just like a team guy. Now you're trying to act like you're in charge. Like most of the team sergeants were never like they never acted like they're in charge. Just were. You know what I mean? Like, and you never questioned it. And it also comes from like the confidence they get in like combat and stuff like that. When you see them do things in combat, you're like, all right, cool. And then you guys build on each other too from like deployments. Like seeing them do crazy shit. You're like, all right, cool. You cool.
Yeah.
Like you know what you're doing. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Making really good tactical decisions keeps the whole team alive. I can think of a couple of times where I want to make a different tactical decision because I was senior Bravo. I fell in that position really early on my first deployment because I was solo. Essentially being a senior Bravo. And after that was on as senior Bravo, which I'm the ops then. So I pretty much do all ops, security, and stuff like that, down and out. Team sergeant's up and out. Like you get a lot of say in the tactical decision making, because rank is one thing, but then like really it's not really a thing. You can make decisions that maybe you're less ranked than this guy. Doesn't really matter. You're all first name basis and stuff, but it's kind of all a respect thing. And so I can think of a couple of times that team sergeants made the right decision where I'm thinking back, man, I want to go the other way. We'd have been smoked. But
I've been dead as fuck.
I've been so dead. Like, thanks, Frank.
Man.
Thanks, Frank, for keeping us alive.
Dude, so that second time going back, so I'm guessing your team gets picked?
Yeah. So nice. we're in a good spot towards the front. And that was towards Raqqa. We're down in Raqqa.
So did you hit the ground running right away? How's the op tempo on that?
Yeah, we're the same. It's just op tempo. You're just down there. I'm doing the same thing. Surround the city. Raqqa was too rigged to go in.
Was it the same type of tactics?
Yep. Except they had Raqqa was the capital, the stronghold. I think I don't know. You can probably fact check me on this. It's probably a couple million people in that city. It was so rigged with IEDs, you couldn't go in. Like literally, it was so rigged with IEDs. I believe we found a device on a guy who didn't need it anymore. That had 30,000 IEDs marked, and Jayada or whatever came in and checked the first 900. Just
on a device, marking the locations?
Yep. And it confirmed the first 900. Yep, these are there. First 900 are. We're like, okay, cool.
So did you guys smoke that guy? Or did you find
somebody
him?
Did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know. I don't remember where it came from.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and so going in, we tried to go in. That's where we did lose Kenton, Stacy. We didn't. Kenton, Stacy got really injured that deployment.
What happened there?
He stepped into a room. We went to go clear a hospital, take a hospital as a foothold in the city. He went up to the second floor, and an IED or something went off in the room. He was with a partner force. He was our Navy EOD tech with test to us, and something detonated, and it separated C whatever, C3, C4. He's quadriplegic now, 4 kids, husband. He's a Navy EOD tech.
Damn.
out in California, medical retired. He's got the program called Stacy Strong. Gary Sneeze stepped in to help him build a house, stuff like that. He's the only reason he's alive is because he was so like jacked. The same thing kept his like head on. You know,
He's just so swollen.
dude, the dude was jacked. Like whatever, I'll have to send a picture to you. Like unless because we have a picture we sent, took it out in front of that building.
So now, were you part of the guys that pulled him out of there?
Oh yeah, we were there. My 18 Delta was on the ground. We flew him back to be on the State of the Union for that year because
So how's extracting him, Joel?
we couldn't get a bird in. There was too many IEDs and stuff like that. So we had to extract him back to our SOS. They couldn't stabilize him long enough to get him out. Because he was so unstable. Yeah. So they flew him out finally after 4 days, and they thought he would die, but he didn't. And thank God he didn't. So
Did you know him pretty well?
yeah, I had played a mission with him.
How was it?
Playing a mission with him?
How was it seeing him hurt like that?
Terrible. You never want to see a dude like that, you know? Like, no, father of four? Fuck no. Nobody likes that, you know? No, it's like one of those things you always wish it was you know?
Yeah.
Especially when at that point I had no kid, like divorced. Like, you know, you take that all day, you know? Especially as a senior Bravo, you're like, you know, you wish you'd take that one back. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
He's doing good now, though. Well, all things
As good as you
considered.
could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So during that time period, did you want to take a break?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. All right, and we're back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was a big moment in that deployment. So after that, what was the tone of everybody moving forward?
I just want to get more, you know, get back from Kenton, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys get back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just picked up next time. Didn't let off the gas. Yeah.
And so was that in the beginning, halfway when that happened? Or?
Oh, I don't know. That's the moment that overshadowed the whole deployment, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just like that's like the moment I go to on that deployment.
Yeah.
You know, I would say it was probably early on, midway. I honestly can't remember. That's just the only one. That's the main thing that sticks out for that whole trip.
Yeah.
Of like being like the overshadowing tone. And then we go home from there. We were down to Raqqa in there. I think we're down there for Christmas that year. Yeah, I think we were. And then we go home. And we'll come back again 6 months later. And we're further down at that point after Raqqa, because Raqqa had fell.
So how was that coming back home after all that?
You bottle it up. You jump on the plane across. You don't open up, you know. You try not to.
Yeah.
There's obviously a difference. You're changing. You just don't realize that you're changing over time. You know, all these things are changing you.
Looking back during that time period, coming back after that happened, do you feel like you started picking anything up, like anger or drinking or anything like that?
No. You don't realize at the time. Like, I don't know. I was just being wild.
Yeah.
You know, be wild, Green Beret. If you're not training or partying, like, you know, like you're constantly go, go, go.
And it's part of the culture, and it's just hard to.
Yeah, yeah. And like, it's like almost at that point, it was like, I viewed it as like weakness to think you'd be viewed as weak to like show you're struggling, you know? Like it's this culture thing of like, no, you can't show that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, move on, you know, it's tough, it happens. You know, and it does happen. It's part of the job. We signed up for it. We know that. But at the same time, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, not something you want or anyone enjoys or anyone deals with very well, whether we like to admit it or not.
And so after that second deployment, you met your wife?
Yep.
Or your now wife?
Yep. So I meet her a short time later.
So how'd that happen?
I met her in a bar in Nashville. I got her number. We had the same area code.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you see her cross the bar, or how that happened?
Yeah. Met her at the bar. Started talking. At the end of the night, I go to get her number. I'm like, well, you got a 217 number. That's my area code. And I've kept the same number for the whole time. It's come to find out we grew up about an hour and 20 minutes from each other.
No shit.
Yeah. Small world. We were both down in Nashville now. At that point, she was a travel nurse.
And you were at Fort Campbell?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was still lived in Nashville at that point. So I would just drive to work, do the commute. It's like a 45, 50-minute commute. But
So did you tell her right away, like, hey, like I'm gone a lot?
no,
Like,
told her I was a project manager for a construction company. Totally lied.
oh, nice classic move, classic.
Yeah, totally lied. Like, nobody, you're gonna be like, yeah, right, you're a loser. You're like, you're crazy or something. So I left that part out for a while. It was like, yeah, not really what I do. I'm actually at Green Beret, and I actually got to leave in a few weeks.
So whenever it was time to leave, what'd you tell her?
So I left like for schools and stuff, short time. Like, I don't know how long we were dating. Like I told her, she'd found out. Oh, really? I didn't think she knew what it entailed. So you're just young. You know, you're young. It's in that like whatever stage you call it, infatuation or whatever. Where it's like, oh, you can't do no wrong. It's just wild and crazy a little bit. Like, no, honey. Like, no, I really deploy all the time.
Yeah, like I'm fun and party now, but then I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go. And so I went to a couple schools. Can remember training constantly, and then we deployed a short time later. I'm sure. And she was great. It was fun at first, sending packages, you know. And I'd be like, I'm a massive firefighter or something, like on the satellite phone, like, I gotta go, honey. And she's like telling me about her day, like, oh, my day was so stressful. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it was. Honey, sorry, I gotta take this real quick. I gotta go. Literally, our bases get like rocked. And I'm like, I gotta run right now.
Honey.
I would. That's a true story too.
Oh man, what happened on that one? So you guys are on the phone.
Yeah, we're on the phone on the cell phone. I'm sitting on a rooftop, and all of a sudden, incoming comes in, and all of a sudden, a firefight kicks off outside of our base. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go now. She's like, everything okay? Like, everything's perfectly fine. Like, see you later.
So you hang up. Walk me through. What'd you do?
Oh, walk with you. Just go to work. You just go grab your armor. If you ain't got a body armor, go grab your kit, radio.
So did you take a position on the roof, or did you go?
Oh yeah, no, I go. Yeah. So when our base usually gets hit, you know, if I'm running on base D, Senior Bravo, I got a Junior Bravo too. He's like my right hand man. So we're running everything, all the guns, make sure everything's going. And we have at that point Sec 4, which we brought in with us. It'd be like the Marines. So we bring in a Marine contingent of infantry guys that would be there manning those posts so we can sleep, and we go out and they stay there. We take some with us to be security out there too. And these guys were like, kill us. They were great. I loved them. Shout out to my Marines. They were great. I mean, some of these guys got javelin kills.
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah, one of them smoked a javelin coming through our gate with like a 400-pounder.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
like 25 meters in front of the gate.
Damn.
Yeah, sick. I'm not gonna. He's out now. I could probably say his name, but
man,
you know, Crenshaw, whatever.
Dude, he carries his balls around in a wheelbarrow. It's all right.
He does. You should have saw him. His face was like, whoa. You know, he was like walked around top dog after that, literally, because they have a job in the Marines, like a javelin gunner.
Oh,
that's like an MOS. It's like a job. Dude. That's your whole job. You're a javelin gunner.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's just been waiting for this moment
the
whole
last
time.
javelin gunner that got it killed, dude. like in the Marine Corps.
Damn.
And so yeah, he got it. We'd have them dismount their toes, and we take it up on buildings with us, and use the tow missile engage stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, they loved it.
Speaking of that, do you remember your first kill?
No, I mean I remember the first one. Like, yeah, I say that. Yeah, it was chaos. I remember the first one. I'm like, well, this is real.
Which deployment was that on?
It'd been 16. Well, I'm like, okay. There's a guy running through his bushes in Orchard. And I'm like, whoa, this is real.
It's like, I got to shoot that guy.
This is real. Yeah. Yeah, you don't, it's like you don't like process it. But you're like, this is real. Like, that guy's going to kill me. This guy's trying to kill me. We're trying to kill them.
He's just trying to maneuver on you through these bushes?
Do like a, what do you call them? They were, I'm going to say this wrong. Olives. I think they were olive orchards. Yeah, I think there's olives. They were olives. Yeah, olive orchards. He had came up through there, and he's running through darting, and you start engaging. And you're like, it's chaos. You know, like, you're like, just engaging. You're like, okay. I think he's down behind that bush. You just peel off, like, get the fuck out of here. You know? Yeah. And there's other, like, once through like a long gun scope, that was like where you like see him. Where you can like distinctly see him. Like get hit, crumple, and go down. That was at that point, you're just like, you know, part of the job.
Yeah.
You know, because I became like, that's mainly the primary one. I went to be like shooting long guns. So we'd engage a lot with that. Try to keep standoff.
Yeah, I asked a prior guest. He's a big hunter too. And I was like, what's the difference between like shooting bad guys and like hunting? And he's like, oh, you feel sorry for the animal.
That's very good. Yeah, you didn't. You don't feel sorry for them. I don't know if you're sorry for animals either. But
That fucking dog, man.
that dog, I just shot my own dog. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds terrible, but I shot a lot of dogs overseas because they would become rabid.
Oh, yeah. Dude, and there's like just packs of them that just fucking roam.
Like we would have families come up to us and ask us, "Can you kill these dogs? Because they're attacking my kids." Like one, like it mauled a kid.
Damn.
And literally, we sit on the rooftop at night and just smoke dogs.
Yeah.
Because they like eating off the bodies, and so they become human flesh.
Oh, shit. So they get hooked on
They
it.
get hooked on it, and now they're hunting them. Like it's like they become feral from it. I don't know. Shot me a lot of dogs.
Damn.
Like I'm a huge dog lover.
Yeah. They're not the golden retrievers you're thinking of
no,
here.
these things are like they're like attack the
mangy
crap out of you.
desert dogs.
Yeah, and so the people would ask us, "Will you kill these dogs around this?" And there's literally they'll move in packs and they'll like try to attack the farmer and his son out there plowing a field like behind ISIS. Like what's going on? And so we'd like shoot these dogs for him. Shot a lot of dogs.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like,
And I love dogs. I'm not saying that I love dogs. I got Golden.
yeah.
My best friend was my husky like for 13 years. So
But it's different. Those-
totally different.
That's wild. And because they're, I mean, the bodies are probably stacking up in some areas.
They stink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just eating them.
Yeah, we just leave them on, they just leave them on the ground. Or they
Dang.
drag them and pile them up, and then the dogs come and eat them. Yeah. Because these guys would be like, wherever they fell, they just leave them. I think it was like a sign of like disrespect to leave them there. And so they would leave them because they were like dogs. They would let the dogs eat them as a sign of like, you're ISIS, you're dog,
Oh,
you're
shit,
dog
I see,
food.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Almost like a psychological thing. But it was like gross. You'd be like, and you created this rabid dog that now is an enemy as well. It's an ISIS dog.
Yeah. Now you have these ISIS zombie dogs.
These ISIS zombie dogs that are a real problem to the homeowner here.
Oh, man.
And you feel bad. You're like, I could never had a, in Afghanistan, you shoot them too. Because they're really bad. But sometimes they have them as pets, like chained up there, you know. Like, and so you don't shoot those,
Yeah.
you know. But there'd be rabid ones by the trash stuff or piles of trash. But here it's like, there was no pet dog. It was like, it's literally like a freaking mob of dogs that would just kill you. So,
Damn. So, did any of those shots you took stick with you, or not? Not that much.
I remember shooting. Yeah, no, not. I remember some. Yeah, yeah, some with like GoPros or body armor. You know, stuff like that. Like what they're wearing. You know,
Yeah.
how dirty they looked or something. Like, man, they ain't showered in a while. You know, or something like that. You see it in the scope. You know.
Yeah. It's a lot more intimate, probably.
Oh yeah, yeah, a bit. But it's like also chaotic.
Yeah. Take it. All right. What's next?
Yeah, yeah. You're like getting engaged. Like it's like this constant chaos. You don't have time to like feel remorse or sit there and be like, oh man. You know, you're just like, okay, cool. Next. Like, let's just keep moving because there's so much stuff going on, you know, at times like that.
So you come back from that third deployment. Was there anything major that happened on that third one that stuck
that
with you?
third one I got blown up.
Oh, yeah. What
Yeah,
happened with that?
So a rocket hit a vehicle next to me. I got my ears perfed, my left eardrum blown out.
So now, were you just walking right next to a vehicle by you, or what happened?
No, we were in a firefight.
Okay.
We're in a massive firefight on that one. We were getting surrounded. And
So
then-
how'd the firefight start?
So, I gotta be careful on this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
It had kicked off.
Vaguely, I
Yeah, yeah.
guess.
So they had a sandstorm had blown in, and they knew we had no air support.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because they couldn't see with any ISR and everything. And so they took the opportunity to surround us.
Damn.
And somehow our partner force knew that we had no air support too, and so they left too.
Oh, fuck.
So it left us out in the open, flapping, easily able to get surrounded. So created a 360 gunfight real quick.
Oh, shit.
And they were shooting propaganda video for it. Yeah. Yeah, so we had no aircraft, no air support. And we were calling for it, but we couldn't get it. And so it was a big force. So they initiated with like an ATGM into one of our vehicles. And it was on from there.
Damn.
Yeah.
And so you got the TBI. Was it one of y'all's vehicles that they hit?
Yeah.
That you had gotten out of, or just going
No,
by?
I was next to it. I was over there by it. And then it, like, the TBI, there's so many places to get TBIs over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of explosions.
Like, yeah. Yeah, well, I broke my eardrum. So it just made me sick and nauseous, like where I was dizzy. Like,
Did it take you out of the fight, or are you still good?
No, still in the fight. Still good in the fight. But it made disoriented severely. We had to go on this. It was pretty long engagement because we couldn't break contact.
Did y'all try to move into like one of the buildings or?
We were out in the middle of the open in a wadi. So what we did, push up next to a city, an urban area, and we'd use this like wadi where we could put our vehicle in it because we had the Marines there for Sec 4, and that tow system they have has a very high resolution camera with a zoom. And so we'd poke it up just over the dirt so they could see and keep constant security.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was just a little too high because the ATGM hit right there between that and the turret. Peeled the truck back.
Damn.
Yeah. There was Marines in there too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah,
they not
thankfully
make
they all got wounded, shrapnel, and stuff like that. But then I thought they were all dead. Me and the other guy with me, right, looked at each other on the ground, like, they're all dead. Like, fuck.
Just looking at you like, fuck.
Yeah, we were like, they're dead. They're super dead. And so we were like, okay.
So at what point did you realize they were?
Well, the truck started backing up. Like, his truck's back up. They were like, rolled into this wadi. And it was like looking there, and the guy's like this, like he's driving it because like he's trying to push the gas.
Yeah.
Because they were getting hit again, and more rockets were coming in.
Fuck.
Yeah, so I backed in this wadi, and I rolled it down. We ended up having to leave that vehicle and blowing it up.
Damn.
Yeah, blowing it in place because we couldn't take it. We blew up several vehicles that day in place.
So how did you guys finally break contact?
We went a path that was uncleared. Yeah, we ended up, our Navy OD guys, two heroes, in my opinion. Justin, Jared, I'll say those names. They know who I am, who I'm talking about. They were in front of us, ripping out IEDs from the ground, 155s, pulling out the fuses and chucking them off to the side.
Damn.
As we followed on in the vehicles. And, yeah, like if they missed one, lead truck were gone, I was probably gone.
Fuck.
Like, I mean, literally pulling the fuse out, like rounds are coming in, hitting these guys' weapons. Like, they didn't stop, didn't even look up, didn't phase them.
Damn.
Like,
fucking heroes, man.
Dude, like, legit. Like, we have a convoy, one of the vehicles rolls off our partner force on our Hiluxes. We're pulling them out, and we're still engaging as we're coming over the hill because they're still coming up behind us. So I got a minigun going. As it goes down, I'm climbing back up there to fix it and engaging the enemy. And these guys are walking in front the whole time, guns slung, just freaking finding us. And if they miss one, it's crusher wire.
Yeah.
It's crusher. Was it crusher wire? Yeah, whatever it's called, where if you contact two of the beads, they look like rocks, but they're little ones. Any of them completes the circuit, boom, show's over. You miss one, it's over. It's over. Literally find it, pull them up, rip it out, throw it off. Find it, pull it up, rip it out, both of them. And we're getting hit with incoming, we're getting hit with small arms fire. Guy's gun gets shot off, shots like sight off his gun.
Just fucking sticking
Doesn't even look up.
Oh my God.
Like, bro. Like,
damn, dude. And they saved everybody.
yeah, they let us out this one path. They're like, this isn't cleared. We're not going back that way because there's like 100 fighters back there.
Yeah.
We can't fight out that way.
Fuck.
Yeah, they were taking over our own vehicles. So, like, yeah, they were taking over our own vehicles where we were shooting them, all climbing on our own trucks.
And so you guys followed that path. Did you guys finally get support or air support?
So we had a Brit that said, "I'll fly, mate." He's like, "You boys are in a pickle, right?" We're like, danger close in the blind. Let's go. And luckily, we got the best trained CCTs from the Air Force, like special operations CCTs, whatever they're called, SOTACs, whatever they are. I don't know. I'll probably say it wrong. Sorry, Jared or Jeff. Jeff. I'm not gonna say the last name. He's out now too, but we have him on the ground, and those guys are incredible. Talking aircraft, know exactly what to do.
Nice.
We're dropping in the blind, danger close, 100 meters away, closer.
Damn.
I have no choice. Like, it's either that or you're gonna die.
Yeah. Did you think you were gonna die that day?
I don't know. You don't think like that, like on that one. Like, you don't think like later on, like, I don't know. You don't think you like that.
Not in the moment.
No, and you think you might. Like, you're like, man, this might kill me. But you like do it because, like, if I don't do it, then it's like, man, he ain't gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter at that point. I'm not trying to sound like heroic. It's not like that. It's like, you just don't.
Yeah, I mean,
You're just doing it.
a job to do.
Yeah, you have a job to do, and like, and everyone's looking out to you, or like, especially as a senior Bravo, or as a Bravo in general, you're expected to bring the heat. Like, you are the ops, the guns, the weapons, and so like, you're on a good team with senior guys. Like my guy who I first grabbed my sniper rifle from after my other gun went down. That guy was a sniper school instructor. Like, this guy's engaging people over top me. Like, he has the mindset to say dial your dope down to combat zero because you're so close. Like he's just calm as a cucumber next to me. But he had trained at the schoolhouse for 3 years as an instructor. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because the first time I didn't even see where it went. I'm like, bro, I don't know where it went. He dialed your dope down. Just in my ear. He's just like this, engaging, telling me what to do. I'm like, you're
just
right.
fucking on it.
Dude, he's just on it. Like, doesn't even phase. Me and him are laughing in there. Like, I'm like, man, I got that guy top of shoulder. He's like, cool, do it again, quick. You know, like, and we're cracking jokes, you know?
Damn.
Like, it's just like, he's like, that dude saved my life. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but he's like, those guys are like, who are your team? Like, your team's aren't. Comms are out. Comms go down because they had a crypto roll, crypto drop, whole ordeal. Like, you have a team sergeant who's like 15 deployments, running back and forth through a firefight to make sure communication's on point so we're not doing fresh side. We have like that, like gangster, like, you know what I mean? Like those dudes have been through it so much that nobody's freaking out.
Yeah, they're all just fucking doing it.
Yeah, you're just doing it. You're doing what needs to be done.
So how was that feeling getting that air support finally?
Well, it was really sketchy because they're like, get behind something now because it's coming in close. So you're like, all right, damn it, Jeff.
Fine.
We're good. And so you got people laying down, you know, like, but then once it hits, you're like, thank God. Like, you know, it's that like feeling of like, okay, that didn't hit us, we're good. Because you just know all the stories like in your head, like teams have dropped something on themselves. Like, you know, you've heard the bad ones. It happens.
And once it's coming, it's like, all right, it's out of my hands.
It's It's like, but bro, I hope you ain't wrong. Like, you know, like you end up blind in the blind. Hey, dude, we're dropping off a grid only, which is ill-advised, especially on a danger close that close. Like, that's really not what you want to do at all.
Yeah.
But it's either that or not that. I guess.
Not get out of there. Damn.
Yeah.
And so did they come pick y'all up in helicopter? Like, how'd y'all get out of there after that?
We end up linking with another sister ODA that was holed up in a different area.
Damn.
So it broke contact and bounced back, and it didn't stop. Like, the firefight kept going. They did a simultaneous attack. Yeah, so our base got hit. Our fire base was stood up too.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so it was an engagement for like 4 or 5 days straight. Yeah. Yeah, it actually got overran. We had to leave it.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So it did stop right there. We just like, that was a big one for several hours. And then it was like, okay.
It just rolled right into the next.
Fuck. We just never shut off. It was a pretty good one. Yeah.
Damn. Do you feel like that was the most intense time of that deployment, or
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. It was pretty good. There's several that were good. We could go out and fight a bunch of stuff. You could go out and get. You went out and got into it a lot, you know.
Man. So that was
the most disadvantaged you want to be in. You know, like, that's not ideal. We don't like to fight like that. That was a terrible situation. They capitalized on with the sandstorm, and you know, feeling the noose tightening. It was a lot of things went right for them, and that's the kind of command and control structure they had to coordinate that attack. They knew the noose was tightening, and they also had the wherewithal to say, "Okay, activate now." You know, like.
right.
So like that's goes to show something that's very coordinated. Whereas I feel like that wasn't the case so much in Afghanistan or Iraq.
That's your third deployment. Damn. You had 6?
No, I had 4. And
so you come home from that deployment.
No, so that would have been in 18 when I got blown up. That would have been the last one I went on. So I've been 4 total: Afghanistan, 3 Syria.
Okay. So you get back from that. She's still your girlfriend?
Yep.
So you're like, hey, babe.
Or she's like, what's wrong with it? She had no idea what's going on either, because I've been like, I play it off like, cool. Like, no, we're good.
So you get home, you didn't tell her any of that stuff happened?
She started seeing it was coming up on the news. I was like, what's going on with it? I'm like, because I couldn't talk for weeks at a time or whatever. Just be like a simple email, like, yep, doing fine. You know, she's like, something's wrong. She'd see it on the news and stuff like that, bits and pieces. I don't remember how much she knew, not a lot, but I knew like, I got messed up. I'm gonna come home. I gotta come home. You know, I'll be home a month or so. She knew I got blown up, had to get medevaced out, stuff like that.
So whenever that story you just told me about, is that when you got medevaced out, or when did
I got medevaced out when we moved back up to like Shaddadi.
Okay. So you knew something was wrong up here.
Oh yeah, we had known like, hey dude, you're messed up right now.
Okay.
I'm like, cool. But like there was way more casualties we took. So it was a priority for them, and we couldn't even get an aircraft in for several days to get those guys out.
Yeah.
So it was like, that's a priority when dude has a piece of shrapnel through his chest, you know, and we got our medics are sustaining these guys to take care of them. They priority than this little litter guy, you know.
Yeah.
Much worse casualties than me.
So they medevaced you out. Where'd they bring you back to?
BDSC in Iraq.
Okay. And then from there, did they send you home?
No, went back to Syria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then from there, home.
Okay. Did you have any lingering issues from that?
Yeah. I had to go have another surgery when I got back home because I had massive, like severe, like hearing loss and tinnitus really, really bad. And I had so much scar tissue in my ear from it. They tried to go ahead and clean it out. Tried to help. Didn't.
Damn.
Still like half deaf. I have hearing aids in both ears I don't wear. They itch my ears,
Yeah. Dude, who needs them?
Who needs them? I just say, what? I just read lips like, what?
Man.
I love these things, though. These are slick.
Dude, these are great. You can hear yourself. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I know what's up, dude.
Dude, see, I knew you weren't going to wear your hearing aids today.
Right.
So
Thank you very much for that.
Damn. So
we started the TBI treatment. They had a Intrepid Spirit clinic there at Fort Campbell. So
I went to an Intrepid Spirit Center.
Yeah.
On Pendleton.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they started that whole TBI thing. You have to wear the glasses. You got all kinds of things messed up. You don't realize it, And that was like part of it. There's a lot of that. It's a ton of medical there. I came down. They were going to put me in SWIC orders. I went to like SLC, get promoted. I was supposed to go back to SWIC, and I got out.
Okay. So that fourth deployment, that's when you got hurt. That's when you got medevaced.
Mm-hmm.
You had the TBI. You had the ear issues.
Yep.
Okay. So you get back to your unit. Were you wanting to get out at that point? How did that play out to where you got out?
No, not necessarily. I didn't think I'd want to get out. I kind of wanted to just extend my contract to go do another selection, and they wouldn't let it happen. So I ended up, my ego kind of got the best of me.
Yeah.
So I parted ways. Yeah, because I didn't want to extend for 4 more years. I would get stuck in SWIC. At that point, I was at like my 10-year mark in the military. So I was like 10, I knew I was either going to get out or stay in.
Yeah, it's like the halfway. It's
like halfway, okay.
If I do 11, I have to do 20.
Right? I don't know why. I didn't think that way. It's like, if I do this, I got to do 20.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't make much sense, but yeah.
That's how they think.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, man. So how was that transition getting out, man? Because you had like some really pivotal traumatic deployments. And then now you're out.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like you come out and you don't know. So it was good. I mean, it wasn't good. It was fake good. I just chased $1. I didn't know what else to do,
So I guess back up, did you get married in this time frame before you got out?
20. I don't think when I got out February. No, I didn't. I wasn't married yet.
Okay.
No. I didn't get married till August 2020. So I got out in February 2020.
Okay. So you got out.
Yep. So I got out February 2020. Started a construction company. Didn't know. I just read this thing that more millionaires were made with real estate in America every year. So I was like, sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
COVID hit right after that. Market went crazy. It was cool.
Now, during this time period, getting out, especially COVID happening, were you aware of any of the residual mental effects or anything from those deployments that was having on you?
No, I was oblivious to it all.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize, like what I did was I like clung to this thing and sunk myself into it to like where it was consumed me. It was my end all, like everything.
To work.
Yeah, to work, just work. That's all I knew how to do, work. I was disregarding my health, everything, like 100-hour work weeks easy. I didn't know. I was just trying to consume myself with something. And it wasn't until 2000, I had my kid in 2023. Yeah, so 2023, when I had my son, is when I started to realize like something's wrong with me. I wasn't I was chasing this $1, which I had no purpose. And really it started to be like, what am I doing here? Feeling this financial, but I'm this morally empty soul. I'd lost like my whole identity. And so then 2 years fast forward to the night I got shot. I had been struggling with this mentally for a while. I reached out to U.S. Marshal Service that morning requesting see if they'd opened up recruiting because they have a task force in Nashville for child trafficking. I was like, man, if I get back in the fight, it'll give me purpose again. Yeah. Because I was that lost. I was struggling mentally a lot. And I was like, what example am I setting for my son? Like I'm juggling this thing of like, okay, provide for the family, do this and that, but like you have no purpose. Like I hated what I was doing. Like I had no purpose. Like you also go from a purpose of chasing this thing, like this high, like a noble cause to like building a home, dude. Yeah. Cool. You know what I mean? Like, and for me, I could never make it in my brain make sense. Like, oh, well, you're doing a good thing. Because that's a good thing. People need to have homes, Yeah. That's a good thing. Not saying it's not. For me, though, my brain doesn't work.
But you went from operating at the highest level up here with a clear mission to like now I'm here.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
And I'd like let my health degrade during that. Like there's all these things that we do in special operations that you just take for granted that are built in by design. The working out, the up early, the discipline, the like all of these things that camaraderie, the people you surround yourself with, those are all little therapy sessions. Those are all, all these things that make that world work. When you take away them, you're like, okay, my workout slipped up. Now I'm just struggling,
I haven't talked to a buddy in like forever.
Yeah, I haven't talked to a buddy in 6 months. Yeah. I don't want to see him isolating myself. Like I'm struggling mentally and I'm not saying anything. Like, what kind of example? I look at the pictures. That was a big thing where I looked at the pictures after I brought my son home. I'm like, this dude looks like a sick shell of a human. Mm-hmm. Like I just looked.
Talk about yourself.
Yeah, I just looked unhealthy, like emaciated. Like my hormones were all out of whack, and because I'm not eating right, I'm not sleeping right.
Did your wife talk to you about it?
Yeah, she had brought that up, and I didn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like you're in denial. You don't understand. You don't know what you don't know.
So do you feel like that night of you getting shot was a pivotal moment in you opening up and trying to
100%.
Look at yourself?
Yeah. I knew it once I knew that. I was like, God, that's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Getting shot. Hands
down, best thing that ever happened to me. Like, God prepared me to react that moment so my wife and kid didn't get shot. And I was able to act and do what I did. But without it, who knows where I'd be. I may not be here anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was on a bad road. And it was the best thing because without it, all these other things I wouldn't have made the life change. I wouldn't have decided to stop, shut down my business, start a different one with more purpose. I wouldn't have experienced all these things. I wouldn't open the door of psychedelics. I wouldn't have went down, pushed my family back to spirituality,
Yeah.
Without that, I was a ticking time bomb that I didn't realize how bad I was. So I'm so thankful for that.
And it's funny, God, like the way God talks to people, he might talk to people based on like the level that you will listen.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like, okay, I needed to be shot to listen. I'm pretty fucking hard-headed. All right?
That's what I'm saying too. I'm like, I'm pretty stubborn and I don't listen very well. So I'm like, I needed to get shot. It's fine. Just about paralyzed me. Not quite. Like, I hear you. Yeah. I got it. I got the message.
He's like, I could have done it if I wanted to.
I could have put that little bullet over, Like 100%. I say that too. I'm like, I needed something that was a big wake-up call because I just don't listen very well like that. You know what I mean? I'll be like, no, I'll just drive through this. Let's go. Yeah. That's a little whatever. That's just how I am.
Damn.
And it is open.
I feel like that's 100% like that. Like God speaks to people. He knows how he has to reach you. How hard he has to fucking hit you on the head to make you listen. I thankfully
did too. I feel like he's calling for a higher purpose. I just didn't know what it was. At that time I was lost and something like that has to happen for a guy like me.
And this has been all in this past year.
Yeah.
So we were talking off camera before we started. So you had an experience with Ibogaine.
Oh, yeah. So MBO down at Ibogaine. So I'll backtrack. So for the year, so I'm doing my recovery. And once I'm doing all that VA stuff, it's going bad. I have nothing. My first PT, terrible PT, not real PT. I kick her out of my house. I'm sitting there grounding because I did my little plan of what I'm going to do. And my kid almost rides out on the road. And I feel just like, I only talk about this because I know two buddies. That's the only reason I do podcasts anymore. It's because a couple of buddies switch out because of these podcasts. I hate podcasts, by the way. And I was at my lowest point I've ever been at. And I was at my lowest point I've ever been at. Because my kid almost got hit by a car. I couldn't even get up to get him. You know what I mean? Talk about feeling like a piece of shit. I got a piece of shit dad, like a failure. And you just think maybe the world would be better. I remember just asking God, when do guys like me quit? I'm sitting there in my truck, just crying. Asking God, when do guys like me quit? And I feel like a bitch coward saying that, But it's true. And other people should know it too. It really was. I was sitting in my truck and my phone rings. It's a good buddy, Matt Spalding, just checking on me. It was God, I think, checking on me.
Yeah.
And he gave me the talk, hey, you're good, dude. He had no idea that I was that bad right then. And it's another God thing. The next day, my buddy, I was trying to get into Vanderbilt sports. This was the second or third PT I was trying to get into. And my buddy from the teams, Kyle, I said, no, you go this dude, Dr. Trent Nessler. And I was like, sure. Called the dude the day before this all happened. And he scheduled me for the next day. I'm at my lowest, my darkest. I have nothing. I don't have a freaking team. I have nothing. And I walk in there, I'm limping in there. And I said to him, the first thing I said to all the medical people was like, I'm going to be 110%. I'm going back. Like, how do we get there? Mm-hmm. And that was the first dude that gave me hope and joy. Said, all right, let's go. What are we waiting on?
Oh,
you know what I mean? He didn't bat and didn't even think about it. He's like, right on, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, what'd you say?
And if you've seen Trent, bald dude, super jacked, jiu-jitsu black belt, just positivity.
Yeah. Positivity. Like just one of the greatest humans. You like literally, he probably saved my life.
Wow.
That guy. Like, and he was like,
and that was right after that low moment.
That was the next day.
Damn.
I walked into his office and I'm like going from this low, and my buddy talks me down to like, hey, do you keep your head up? You know, he has no idea that I'm sitting there with like a little pistol in my truck, like a piece of shit. And my buddy helps, and then I go the next day at Trent, and like he sees like we'll do some things. Like, you got muscle fire in here. He's like, we can work with that. He's like, I'm like, I'm gonna be 110%. I'm around a sub 8 minute mile. I'm doing a 50K. You know, all these things. He's like, yes, we are. Mm-hmm. Let's go. What are we doing? And literally, like him working on me. Like he's like, go work on your gait, because I was causing so many other problems. I was compensating, so I'm like causing like bone shifting problems because I'm trying to like not walk with a cane because I felt weak, or I felt like, I don't know, in my head I felt like I was not able to do anything as a husband or father. I was defeated.
And it causes all these chain injuries.
Yeah, all these chain injuries in my body. I didn't know I was making worse by walking like this. And he's like, this is gonna hurt, but if you listen to what I say, you'll get less and less pain as you walk. Fix your gait. We worked on my gait. And literally, as he's talking, I just like break down the table and start crying. Literally, you should have him on here and ask him about it.
He's got to be in here in about 3 hours.
Yeah. Ask him about it. I literally break down the table and just crying. That guy never, since that day, has never not been the most positive person I've ever been around. Like, that guy's never not said, like, I'm doing a 50K in December's the plan.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He hasn't even bad night. He's like, cool. All right, let's get you ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
Dude, he gave you hope, man.
Dude, he gave me hope when I'm like sitting there with the best neuros. They're like, I told him about stem cells, and they're like, you might as well spread chicken bones on the ground and blood and dance in it. There's no science behind it. I'm like, really? Because there's a lot of science I found.
Yeah.
But like, this is a top neuro telling me this. I'm like, shit, maybe not. Damn. You know what I mean? I'm like, so I went into Core Medical, stepped in while I was still in the ICU. Sidney Gordon, my buddy works for him, Matt Spalding, the guy who called me to check on me. They stepped in and they had helped get me an Airbnb. My family, while I was still in the ICU, to get my wife set up. And Matt did the research, safest areas, booking Airbnbs. Well, I can't even do that in the ICU. He's stepping right in, like, dude, we got you. As a thank you, I go drive out to South Carolina, like 3 weeks out of hospital, to speak at their event, to tell them thank you for all you did. Because they not only did that, they stepped in with, like, they do hormone replacement therapy for veterans, a big thing, Core Medical. If you're not on them, go to them. They're a great organization. Literally, they're amazing. They're working to get it in the VA so the VA can cover it. They're like a huge advocate for it. And
they'll fight people tooth and nail on testosterone and hormone therapy, but they'll give you every drug under the
That's
sun.
exactly what they're up against. And literally, they got the science to back it. Like, literally, 78% of people who commit suicide at the VA are hormone deficient.
Yeah.
It's like crazy numbers. It's like,
because people think it's just muscle, but it affects your mood, your mindset, so much stuff.
And if you can't afford it, they have a foundation for that to help out for the veterans to get them feeling right and get them back on their feet. Like,
nice,
a great organization.
That's amazing. And they were right there, like ICU.
I had never. Matt worked for him at that point. Was coming on as he was retiring out, and I'd never known Sidney Gordon for my whole life. And that guy's like, here's a card, get him what he needs.
Damn.
So I was a thank you. I went to speak at it, and in the crowd, there's a guy for stem cells, and he's like, this guy needs stem cells. We got him. Mm-hmm. Literally, within that time frame, things started falling into place. And like, I had stem cells lined up. So Dr. Nessler timed it up with the stem cells. Core stepped in with all the peptides and stuff to optimize my body. We hit it hard to peak my body at the most we could with all the tools and nutrition we had to get ready for stem cells. So when I took stem cells, I went down to Mexico.
Because you want to be primed as possible.
You want to be primed. You want your body to do as much healing as best ready to go. Have the greatest soil you can for it to grow.
Yeah.
And they did that. Flew me down to Mexico.
Damn, how was the stem cells?
Game changer, dude. It was the first time 3 weeks later, I sent a video to John Merlino? Yeah. John and Christina, they own the stem cell company. They're one of the owners. Saying, like, almost in tears, because it was the first time I was in Target walking with my kid. I wasn't in pain.
Oh,
but I had been like 4.5 months, 5 months. Like, yeah, they're great people. Rejuiced them. Like,
Damn. And so was that through IV or local injections?
So they
or?
did local injection in my spine for me, and then they do IV as well. They do local spots. Like I went down there with like Vitor Belfort, UFC guy, cutting their UFC guy, Michael Johnson. Like they pulled out all the stops for me. They were great. Just a thank you, like for my service. I'm like bringing it. I'm thankful because I probably couldn't afford it, but they were amazing, and they did it for them. Like they had joint issue stuff. They do it at the point, but stem cells work systemically, so there's no telling exactly where it goes.
Yeah. It's probably helping your brain a little bit too.
100% it did. That was a huge thing I noticed from it first. I noticed that as well. Like,
And so do you feel like the mood or like sharpness or memory?
like it would stuff. One of the biggest things I noticed, like I would leave the water running when I brush my teeth a lot. I would just walk away and forget about it. My wife would be like, you left the water running again. I'm like, sorry. Or I could leave the fridge door open. You ruin your food in your fridge. You know what I mean? Not a good. Leave the garage door open all the time. Like I had to like get devices on my openings of my house to make sure I shut them when I left. So I could check on my phone driving down the road.
Yeah.
Like true story. That's real. And those went away. Like I was like, man, I can remember stuff. Like I was able to remember like for the first time in forever, I didn't have to use my GPS to drive to like the local O's that I've been around for my whole life.
And so do you feel like those benefits from the stem cells, was that right away? Like you got home and noticed, or was it started trickling
It was,
in?
so they have a lifespan of like 6 months.
Okay.
And it was like, it started trickling. The first time I noticed no pain was 3 weeks in. Like 3 weeks, I had no pain in my leg. I've never had pain since.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm like, it was like probably 2.5, 3 weeks. I'll have to look back at the video.
And it's crazy, like that it's not widespread in America.
Why would it be? It would heal people.
Yeah.
It would keep them coming back. If I had pain, I'd want painkillers. I'd keep coming back. That guy gave me a ticket without painkillers.
It's a fucked up industry.
It's sad. It's like, but like, it's why people like him though are on this earth though to help people, and they can change. They can make a huge difference. You know, John with Reducing, they're like making an impact. While I was down there, I don't know. There was a couple down there that had a rare disease that stem cells was allowing her to be a mom again.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like, and when they're told, like, no, you can do this chemo, and the husband was smart enough to be, luckily, he's like a nuclear medicine guy. He's like, no, she can't. That's not good for her. The doctor's probably like, no, I make this, and no, you can't.
Yeah.
And so they're using stem cells, and it actually reverses her condition, so she's able to be up and actually be a mom again to 3 kids.
And so did you get introduced to the Ibogaine after the stem cell treatment?
So this whole journey, I'd known I had something going on mentally. That I didn't like from my kid. Like that was the first red flag. Like, dude, you can shut that off. That's not good.
Yeah, those emotions.
Yeah, like I don't want to be able. That's a weird power to have, you know. And through all this, I'm putting my wife and stuff through a lot of turmoil because she's on the roller coaster with me, and the days just depend on how much pain I'm in. You know what I mean? Like she's managing a household, managing a husband who's in pain. You know what I mean? Like she's the real superhero. To be honest with you, like, and I'm just. Everything for me is just focused on healing. Like I don't care. Like to hell with the world. I'm healing, you know? Like and I'm in that process. That's the narrow sightedness of me or people like me, is there is no in between. There is no gray area. Yeah. It's 110 or not. Like there's no I'm gonna be 50% the new normal. That doesn't work. Like that's just my brain can't even think about that. That also creates a problem with everything around you because the world can burn and you don't care.
Yeah, you have these blinders on. This
is it. This is the objective. We will get there, and I'll burn the world on the way. Not good for the family. So I was putting it through a lot. And she, wasn't being as present or whatever. And in this journey, I thought it would be the healing part. My body would be the hardest part. But before 6 months, I had ran a sub 8-minute mile.
Nice.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm like. But I'm dragging her through this process.
So you're still feeling that mental effect.
Yes.
Even though your body's
what am I
along.
doing? Where's my purpose at? So I had this problem of no purpose and this bad mentality, unhealthy mind. That didn't ever go away. I just got pushed to the back of the line because I couldn't walk. You know what I mean? Well, now as I start walking and running, it's like, okay, well, here it comes again. Guess what? You're running out of money. All these things are happening. Like, we never left. This problem never got solved.
Yeah.
It just got pushed down the line. And so it started coming back up. And luckily she was there supporting me and stuff. But I would like not be in a good spot mentally. Like, how am I navigating this? I wasn't leading my family right. I didn't know. So it opened me to like, in a moment of like desperation, I sought a healer to do 5-MeO DMT because somebody said, hey, you need to get Ibogaine. And I did. I'd never did a psychedelic, nothing like that. And that I was in the presence of the creator, and that like really opened my eyes. So like, okay, there might be something to this. You're scared as crap to do it, you know. You don't. Like, it's not a fun enjoyment.
And so now is it like a 3-day, like you do it every day for a 3-day period, or
No, so 5-MeO DMT, you'll do like, you can do 3 rounds of it at one time.
Okay.
It's like a 45-minute total thing. Get up and drive home. But it's like, they call it the God molecule. Yeah, you meet the creator. You can be in his presence.
So how was that experience?
Imagine being in the presence of the creator.
What did you learn from that?
That there is a creator.
Yeah.
Like there is undeniably there is a God, a creator of all things. Every hair on your head, every on mine, every grass, every planet in the solar system, every little creature that lives here. Somebody created that. He's so great we can't wrap our brain around it. And through Ibogaine, I kind of got that answer. But what that led me to was, okay, you're going to start working on yourself spiritually. And so that's what kind of, I was like, okay, mind, body, spirit. Like this is what, like my purpose. This will help me get to my purpose. I don't need to find the purpose. I need to get this right, and my purpose will come. And so I started working on that, trying to push my family back to church. Started like, okay, exploring this thing called religion again. I was a Christian, but like I said it. Was I really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
So you feel like that Ibogaine.
So I didn't Ibogaine yet.
Oh, okay, so this was the DMT.
This is DMT, 5-MeO DMT. This is the toad. And so what that did was open up, maybe I do need to go Ibogaine.
Oh, okay, so that opened up.
Yeah, it opened up my possibilities because I was like, man, going down here for like 4 days to do this, whatever. This root thing, it's crazy. And there's a psychedelic. I don't even do a mushroom. Like, I'm like, bro, this is weird. I don't believe it, this hippie stuff.
And then you do it, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
Okay, I was like, okay. I just like met like God. So, okay, there might be something. Let's go. Like, all right, I'm down.
Yeah.
And so I went down to did Marcus Sells podcast, and on this whole time working on getting back to church, stuff like that. I did it again. Went to Marcus Sells podcast, and he said, you got to do Ambio. You got to go Ambio. And so him and another buddy of mine, Michael, was able to help me out and get me hooked up to get set up to go in early February this year. And at that point, I'd been putting our family back to church, you know, starting to read about, you know, the Bible and stuff like that, trying to be better, lead my family by example. Mind, body, spirit, still working out, focusing myself, and letting the rest come. And I knew I was going to go to Ibogaine with certain questions because you were told to go with intentions and come with questions because you can ask the medicine.
What were your questions?
Questions like, what do I do next in life? What's my purpose? How do I be a better father? How do I be a better husband? You know, like, what do I got to do? And then, like, who's the creator? And you would ask her more. So they got me a slot, and then February 10th, I flew out. The day before I flew out, I went and got baptized. Yeah, so I met with my pastor. I was like, yeah, we're on a short timeline. I fly out in 7 days to do this. And he's like, do a psychedelic. He's like, the pastor in me says we need to fast and pray on this.
Yeah.
The human side of me, you know, the normal side says, man, you might see some demons. We need to get this armor on, you know?
So is that what inspired you to do it before you left?
Yeah, because I had been in the presence of God, like through 5-MeO. I'd had the experience. I believed it so much. I'm like, man, this is scary true. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to not be baptized. I know I need to do this. I'm not saying I'm this perfect Christian just because I've been in the presence of God.
But you realize that there's a spiritual entity, there's a spiritual at work.
100%. If you've ever did 5-MeO DMT, you know what I'm talking about. Like, there is no denying that. That is as sure as this table is here.
Yeah.
Like, it is insane. I think if the whole world did it one time, it would be a different world. There's nothing.
That's how I feel about mushrooms too.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never did those. I know, like, now I'm open to them.
Well, it's that sense that, okay, we're all connected.
Yep.
And my ego, this bullshit, like I love these, I love you, I love people. Like, it's just that sense, you know, of all the bullshit falling away. So, I love you, you know?
Right. That's 100% how it is. And it's like something you can tell somebody's just like, all that stuff goes away. Like, we're connected still. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, I'll do anything. You need me to help you? What? You know, it's like you're a good human. Like, it's a weird understanding of how connected we all are. And
it's weird that it's always, it's there. Like, our brains are able to tap into it.
Yes, that's the weird. We all go to the same spot. It's like it's a different part of your brain that's activating. You're like, you understand it though when you're in it. You're like, oh, like we're all electricity, like tied together. It's wild that we all have the same experience like that. So there's definitely something to it.
And I've had one experience, one of the last times I did mushrooms, where I don't know if I encountered something dark or what it was, but I took them and I was following the protocol of listening to these certain tracks of music and like the eye mask. And so I take them and I'm not moving and I'm just going deeper and deeper, trying to go inside myself. And then all of a sudden I feel this like tugging in my chest. And I'm like, if I don't move right now, I'm going to die. Like, this is what it feels like to die. And then I see this light, like my eyes are closed, but this bright light shining over me, and these black figures are like looking over me. Like I'm laying down on the bed, they're looking over me. And then I feel this thing pulling out of my chest, and then I like sit up and grab my chest because I felt like I was about to die, like something was getting pulled out of me. And so that's when I realized, like, oh man, like I really need to have my spiritual, like be aligned with Christ, like make sure that I am attached to this thing before I go exploring out into the
unknown, the
ether world.
Yes. That's what I was when I went, because I had heard a couple stories, like guys who like will have trips and stuff on Ibogaine where it'd be demonic. And I'm like, I'm not this psychedelic, that's 5-MeO. That's called the God molecule, so I assume it's good. Ambio, like people were saying, like, you could have a bad one, bro. And I'm like, I got a lot of bad stuff that could come out.
There's a lot of shit.
Like, I don't think I want to open that can of worms. Like, I want every bit of armor I can. You know what I mean? Like, let's get baptized.
Okay.
Literally. So I went and got baptized that Sunday before, just because I was like, and I was already on that train. I know I need to take that step.
Yeah. And you had the support system and these guys telling you, like, hey.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, my wife was on board, and it's like part of my whole like rebuild. Like, I'm not sitting here and preach about it. You might as well do it. You better act it. You better follow it. And I'm not perfect at all. Piss my wife off all the time. I'm just trying, you know. It's like trying to rebuild back and like acknowledging where I came. And that's the great thing about psychedelics have taught me, is to acknowledge the path you've came and be you're right where you're supposed to be at. You know, you are where you are because you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Like.
And so you went down to Mexico.
Yeah. So I went down to Mexico for Ambio.
Okay.
I think it's Ambio Life Science, but it's Ambio. And we do the whole Dakota Sweat Lodge. It's like a 4 or 5 day thing. And then they do all the testing, blood work, EKG. You're hooked up to an EKG because it can be hard on the heart. So you have to pass these exams, you know, like an EKG and blood work. That's the exams you have to pass. Constantly monitoring you. There's like doctors and nurses there. And like we had like 10, but I think we dosed with like 4. We did the medicine with 4 people because they get disqualified. And if you don't meet qualifications, they won't let you do it, you know, out of safe risks, you know, out of your own safety.
Right.
So went down there, and the way I process fear, it's funny, I don't realize this. This is one of the things that Ambio helped me show. I went down there, one of the things, my intention would kill my ego, because it doesn't serve me anymore, my ego and stuff like that. Is the way I handle fear is I laugh, crack jokes in terrible situations, and I crank it up a notch. I just crank this up, like, and everyone's like, "Man, he's crazy." Like, no, I'm just dealing with fear. This is how my body does it. I don't know.
This is how I'm coping right now.
This is how I'm coping right now to survive. I'm just trying to survive. And so when we get the medicine, you start at 8 o'clock at night. I was just chewing up these pills and swallowing them. Like, let's get this party started, boys. You know, everyone's laughing. I'm like, yeah, you know, really, I'm just like scared. You know, that's my body processing fear.
Wow.
And so we get 4 of them. You get 4, and then you got to be down at the pill, you know, down in beds by 10 to hook up with the doctors, hook up EKG. And everyone, I'm like, I began to taste like shit. You know,
Let's go.
let's go. You know, everyone's like, man, you're crazy, bro. One lady's like, man, I'm feeling it. She goes early. And 10 o'clock comes, we go downstairs, not feeling anything. The guy next to me is like, bro, you see those owls on the floor? And I'm like, yo, homie, it's time for you to lay down, bro. Like, ain't no owls on the wall, bro. He lays down. It's like 11:30. I'm sitting there, nothing's happened. I'm like, come on, doc, give me a booster. So I go do a walk, you do a process, and they come back down, all right, here's your booster. And they give it to you with honey, split open, so it hits your system. Like, I've been chewing these already. Like, like, let's go. Nothing happens. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like pissed off now. everyone's been on this journey for 4 hours. I'm over here like,
nothing.
if I don't trip balls, I'm going to be so pissed. First psychedelic experience over here, and I'm pissed off. I suck at it, you know? And you don't have to have a psychedelic experience for the medicine to work and repair your brain.
Yeah.
There's studies have shown that it beats addiction and also repairs brain matter and stuff like that, neuroplasticity, without having a psychedelic experience. Maybe people go and don't. So a lot of people do. So it's not to feel bad about, but I felt bad and I was mad about it.
Yeah.
So I called the doctor over. I'm like, yo, give me another one. Boost this booster. Let's go. And they're like, we got to talk to the doc. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I came here for a reason. Let's go.
It's like, how many edibles is he taking?
Like, and she's like, I'm going to talk to the doc. And so I lay back, put my blindfold on. I'm pissed. I'm like, it's like 1:30 at night. And I feel this warmth go up my neck. Like, and I'm like, I see his color start to come. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Yes, yes, yes. And all of a sudden I feel a tap on my shoulders like, mister, we made an exception. You're all right. It has one on a spoon. I'm like, let's go. I reach out.
I'm on this train.
I'm on this train. I'm not lying. Before my head hits the pill, I'm like, boom, I'm gone. Like off on a rocket.
Oh, man.
Dude, it was like Fast and Furious. And I remember like Marcus Trell telling me, ask her to slow it down. And I go, like, it was like scary at first. Like, it's like your whole, like things are just going by my face as fast as I can. I don't even know what's going on. I'm
like images?
Yeah, like images, but I can't see what any of them are. I don't know. It's like, just imagine like you're driving 400 miles an hour down the highway trying to read signs. You can't see any of them. You're like, you know? And so I'm like kind of freaking out. Like, don't panic, don't panic. But you're saying this in your head. And I go, hey, can you slow it down? And he goes, freezes it. And literally there's a stage in front of me. Now I can see what's going on. There's a stage. He's up on stage. And you know the Guardians of the Galaxy? Mm-hmm. You know Groot, the character? Imagine if like Groot and Gumby had a baby, it'd be like Grumby. That's the form she took from me, Ibogaine did.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty profound. Literally, you would just ask her questions. She would tell you about your life. You'd ask her all the questions, the intentions you came with, and she would tell me. It was like one of the most powerful experiences ever.
Whoa.
Like you'd ask her like, you know, why do I get this ego? Why am I aggressive? And like she would pull up scenes from my life, you know, stuff my dad did in my childhood.
So she would answer your questions with your memories.
She would show a memory, yep. Yeah. And like I asked her what she was, what's she doing. She was like a celestial being of the creator by the creator for mankind. Like,
wow.
Like,
so you mentioned something with your dad. What memory did they show you? Dad?
A bunch of them. I was at a bunch of them. I've been there for like 4 or 6 hours, bro. So like I'm running out of stuff to ask. And like if I didn't pay attention, you could ask her, show me a different way. I'm not understanding what you're trying to tell me. And she would show me a different way. And if I didn't pick it up, she'd get like annoyed.
Now, did you feel like fear at any point, like while you were in there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get scared at points. But like the weird thing about Ibogaine, you can open your eyes and you're out of it.
Oh, okay.
You open your eyes and go to the bathroom and come back. Close your eyes and put your blindfold back on. Like it's the weirdest thing in the world. Literally, you open your eyes.
So if you want to back off, you're just like, okay.
Yep. Yeah, I would leave the game whenever I did something bad and got in trouble.
You're like, all right, I'm out.
Oh, yeah, I'm out. I'm going to go take a pee break.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like that wild. Like,
and so it lasted about 4 to 6 hours?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been 4 or 6 hours. And then like, till you're ready to get off the train, I'm like, I want to get off this train. My brain hurts. Like, I'm like not learning right now. And she'd be like, what, you want to leave so fast? You know, your ego's got the best of you? What? You know what I mean? Like, because I had chewed that and she knew my ego. She had held off the medicine taking hold on me as part of a little lesson. Like, see what you did? Yeah, see what you did there? Yeah, way to go.
Wow.
Now you with me. Yeah, it was powerful.
And so that being, what's your interpretation of what that is?
She's a celestial being put here by the creator to help mankind. That's what she said she was.
Wow.
I asked her what her name was. She told me like multiple names. I know it sounds crazy to people out there.
But if you've taken psychedelics, you get it.
Yeah. And like if I was the only one who had a similar experience like this, being taught by this person on stage, cool. But a lot of people have a similar one in a different scenario. And the funny part is I just now put 2 and 2 together. I was at church last week. It wasn't a stage for my kid. It was a stage in my church. And I never knew that. I just put it as a stage for like, a stage in your head comes to your head when a kid is perform a play for their parents. You know, they come sit in the crowd.
You imagine like you're watching a school play.
Yes, exactly. You got the kids up there with the curtain in the back, you know. That's what it kind of looked like. But no, it was actually, I remember the lights at the side of the stage in my church. It set it off in my head last Sunday. Whoa. I was like, no, those lights were there and they keep changing. And I was like, I remember back in my head, I'm like, those lights kept changing beside the stage. That was this stage. I know.
And this was like a month ago.
Dude, like I'm still putting things together.
Holy shit.
I'm still putting things together. And like it doesn't, like some of the things dawn on me later on. I got a book, I write them all down now. Like at night, I try to think back on it and reflect. Or I meditate or try to meditate some on it and think deeply on it. Yeah. It's wild.
We were talking a little bit off camera about like just things like survival's guilt and stuff like that. Did it help you process or open that up?
It helped me understand it a lot better. Like helped me understand like ego, stuff like that. Like what happened, why I was aggressive, why I'm violent, or, you know, those led me there, why I'm compartmentalized. Because one of the biggest things, like most of guys will probably say, your spouse or something says you're cold or you don't feel a certain way or you don't feel emotions like normal people. That's true. But it's also because we compartmentalize everything a certain way. It's survival mode for our brain to survive.
And your brain doesn't know like when to cut it off. You're like at your house, like this is just how you.
It doesn't turn off anymore. Like when you're always in a heightened sense or always in a go, 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 you know, you can't shut it off. You don't know you live the life. And so you don't know what it's like to be wound down or functioning. You know, you don't realize what you don't know. But everyone around you does. And like, you're different. And you're like thinking it as like an offensive thing, like nothing's wrong with me, you know? And like, even if you go talk to a therapist, you're like, you just can lie or you're good enough to like play it off. You know what I mean? You're like, you hate therapists. You're like, you're a waste of time. Most therapy doesn't work. You know, it's like, because you're not
bought into it.
Yeah. And it's like, what do you know? You don't know about combat or anything I've been through. Like, you're just talking about a book you read. What do you know about marriage? Like, you're divorced twice. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me about this. You'd never even lived it. You know?
So do you feel like now you're in this space of starting to work on that compartmentalization or be more aware of it now?
Oh, yeah. It opened it up. Like, it helped me understand. Like, and it, like, flips switches that I can't describe. Like somebody told me this, like it's gonna flip switches you don't know, and like different things to like connect with your wife was my big one. Like, you know, I'm here to serve my wife and my son. Like I'm here to serve them. They don't serve me. I'm here to serve them. Like always. Like I'm put on this earth to serve them. They don't serve me at all. And to be able to like reconnect or work on the connection, like my wife before I'd be like, she'd be upset. I'd be like, oh, it's okay, honey. Almost like a robot. You know what I mean? Like I know my brain says she's sad.
Yeah.
Feel sad. You don't feel sad. You're just like.
Just doing the motions. Of what you
doing the motions. And really you're like, after a while, you're like, why are you still sad? Now I'm getting annoyed.
Yeah.
Suck it up. Let's move on. You know, like that's just not human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like little things like that that add up or compound. We're not reconnecting or like, we'll have an argument. It'll just, my brain will compartmentalize it, put it in the box and it never happened anymore. like I've moved on. I'm so far down the road of like, that never happened anymore. Like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
That's back here and here. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you again in a few months because like we're right at, you're in the journey right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the coolest part. And they tell you to like for the first like 90 days, just enjoy it because you're just like, because it becomes Ibogaine in your system and your brain is still rebuilding the synapses and neuroplasticity. That's why I'm trying to develop habits, strong habits, early morning wake ups, workouts, you know, like that's why I try not to miss a workout every day. I just don't. I feel better. Yeah. You know, it just is part of it. It's got to be part of my routine.
Yeah. It's almost like it was this huge chunk of your life to be like in shape and like,
yeah, it is. Like you just leave it. It's like investment. Even before that training, I was a 3-sport athlete, you know, so I've always been in sports and stuff my whole life. But when you have nobody waking you up or forcing it, who cares? Yeah. You know, but doing things like that and setting the time, like it brings things in perspective a lot better. Family wise, what's important, what's not.
Man, I keep thinking about how you said like you getting shot was the best thing that happened to you.
Hands down.
And I mean, it's amazing to hear that because I feel like that's the game is like these terrible things can happen. And then it's up to us. Okay. How are we going to react?
Oh yeah. I could easily quit and been like a little bitch and cried and, you know, whatever, quit. Like, what kind of father is that?
And then all these things led you to here.
I would have never opened the door to these things. I would never try to heal my mind or focus on the healing aspect of it, or even, I guess, expanded my aperture to try to help others with these tools. Like, yeah, it could have helped you out to persevere and grind through some shit. Like, you know what I mean? The easiest part for me turned out to be the healing of the body. Because I can suck through anything. Like, you're not going to make me quit and break me through pain. That just won't happen. it became the mental game of it all, of like all these other second order things, third order effects of like, how am I leading my family?
Yeah.
How am I being the man I want my son to see? How am I being the husband my wife needs, you know? And especially when you drag them through this, like I feel responsible for putting them through this, but I'm also responsible for getting them out.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer. I'm just trying, you know? But in order to do that, I need to be at the top of my game performing.
Mm-hmm.
Having half a deck or half a performance, not being mentally, physically, and morally strong, you know, I'm not making the same decisions I am now.
Yeah, and I think you doing that and you sharing that, like right here, being vulnerable and talking about that, like guys are going to listen to it, and it's going to inspire them to do the same thing.
Yeah, I think it should be open for, I think everyone in the world wants to do it. But I do think any veteran who's going through that or people looking for purpose identity should do it.
And what was the name of that program again, or the company that does it?
Ambio. Ambio. There's a really big documentary that came out. It kind of made it so there's a long wait list. But if you're a struggling veteran and stuff, they always make exceptions.
Okay.
If you're a really bad spot, and obviously feel free to connect to me, and I will pull strings that I have to get you in there. If you're really struggling, I would gladly help anyone out.
Awesome. And we were talking off camera about you're about to be done with your construction.
Oh yeah. I'm winding that down. Yeah. But there's another program called, I want to highlight, Vet Solutions. They do that for helping people get grants and funding for this.
I think I've heard of them.
Yes. It's through Marcus Capone.
Yeah.
And so they're another great organization that people should look at if they need. I don't know if they're taking people right now or whatever, but.
And they do strictly Ibogaine?
I think they do multiple modalities. Okay. But you have to, you can check out them. And there's other ones out there too, but yeah, for people who are struggling, I think it could be a game changer for a lot of guys. So.
And there's so much proof to it.
Oh yeah, the Stanford study that came out. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, the Stanford study came out, and they're talking about PTSD symptoms down by like 85%, TBI symptoms down like 70-some%, anxiety down 80-some%.
And it's like people with like treatment resistant like depression for years.
Depression was down like 80%.
After like the 1 sessions. And this person has been struggling with it for years on meds.
Yep. And while I was in mine, I saw on the top right of the screen, I heard, you open up the first MacBook, the Apple computer. Remember that? You've probably seen a movie or something, a documentary. It's like, Macintosh. Those square block letters that pop up when you type on one of those computers, they're a little green, little block. I saw deleting trauma, deleting depression, deleting anxiety, deleting. I'm not kidding.
During yours?
Yeah. I saw it up there. She's talking to me. I'm like, I didn't pay attention. I just logged it. I was like, oh, that's weird. Okay. And I later, I was like, oh, they said they were deleting that. Whether they did or not, I don't know. I feel pretty good though.
Holy shit.
I haven't had any anxiety or depression. So.
That's amazing. And so, we didn't speak on that. So now, you're a month out. How are you feeling now, like spiritually, mentally?
Way better. Different place. 360. Like, and I was like doing better spiritually, more positive, everything like that. This was just like a next level, a shift of gear.
Yeah.
To like, hey, this is pretty powerful. It was hands down. Time will tell, but as of now, I'd say probably hands down the best thing I could ever do for my wife and kid.
That's amazing.
Yeah, as a husband and a father.
Yeah, and that speaks volumes about you, about like working on yourself instead of just avoiding it, because a lot of guys do.
Yeah, I know, and that's part of that. I'm so thankful for all this, because I wouldn't have been. Like some of the things I learned in there, like my dad did to me, are things I'll never do to my son. Like I'll just touch on one, like I'm in b-ball pitching. I ask her about my ego or something. Why am I like this? And she brought up my father. He was hard. I grew up in a very hard household. He was very rough. He was the wall of the land. No other way around it. And I'm pitching, and I like do something bad, throw my glove down, like pulls me off, like whoops my ass or something, puts me back on the field. And I'm like crying and sad, as a little like 8-year-old. And like, so I felt like the whole world was laughing at me, and I like in my head, it started that seed. There's several other instances that happened, but it started the seed of like, you would never, I'm watching this scene play out in front of me. Like little 8-year-old Kalob here. I go back out there and like the world's laughing at me, and I'm like, fuck you ain't gonna laugh at me. You know what I mean? I'll show you, I'll fight you, like it started this thing. There's a couple other chain events that like just led to it and created this like, I won't say monster, but like it was good. It gave me a superpower in a way too. That's the thing that helped me understand too. These things are not bad. These things are, my son must learn the lessons I learned, but a different way. Because what it gave me was a superpower that enabled me never to quit. Like it gave me this resilience that like, you can't break me. Like, it can't happen. It won't happen. I don't care. But I had to go through some stuff that I know my kid is not going to go through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Almost like I'm really thankful I know, because I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I always would think my kid does something, I'm going to teach him, you know, but no.
Yeah.
Like, embarrassing in front of all those things. Like,
especially now, like, you're a father,
I
and
know.
now you're looking at your kid, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do that.
I know. But you don't realize some of the things, that, like, what it does to their psyche.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's put in front of you and you're able to see from a third perspective, watch a kid cry and, like, him make these things up in his head.
Yeah.
You know, like, how the synapses are connected, and you're like, oh, that did that to me.
And it's huge, man. I mean, like, that lineage for males, like my father did X, Y, Z, and then he does it to his son, and then his son, and then his son.
Mm-hmm.
And it's these big patterns that just aren't broken unless big life events like this happen.
That's why, yeah, like, that's why I'm so thankful for all this. It's like things I learned in there. I'm going back in 6 months. I'll return 3 more times, I believe.
For more sessions at the Ibogaine?
I'll do 3 more times after talking with her. I know it sounds weird. People are like, this is crazy. No, whatever, dude. You do you.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
No, it does. Just because, like, now, like, she was trying to get me to go more deeper. And I think there's rules she follows. Like, she can't give me the answers. I must ask them and seek them. You know? But she's there to teach. But I have to ask them and want the knowledge.
And it's not like they're, like, making things up. They're showing you from your life.
Real events.
Like, connecting these dots.
Real events. Like, I didn't remember that one per se, but other ones I remember to a T. I'm like, I remember that event.
Yeah.
I remember that event. Like, I didn't know what it did to me at that time. But when she pulls it back up and shows me, I'm like, oh, yeah, it did do that.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it's, like, incredible.
And so, and Marcus, he's done it?
Yeah, he's did it like 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice to have somebody who's been there and, like, done it to guide you.
Oh, yeah, and him just, yeah, he's been a wealth of knowledge, too. Because he, like, it set him on the same path, kind of like he had the same bug I got. He just knew, I'm going back again. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like I opened this box, and it's not something you want to do a bunch. It's not an addictive drug. It's nothing like that. It's a powerful tool, almost like a superpower.
Yeah, it's like we're doing work.
Yeah, we're doing work. Like, it's like you're doing work of things you don't even know you have. Because you want to be softer. You want to be a certain way. You want to, you know what I mean? You want to be the, if I have a resource available to become a better dad and a better husband, then I'm a failure for not trying it.
Yeah.
I'm a failure. So why not do it?
Especially when there's so much backing behind it. That
Yes.
This is true.
Yeah, and it heals TBI. I have TBI. You know what I mean? It helps with all those things. So why? So I'm a piece of shit if I don't try it. You know what I mean? I'm failing my wife and my kid. My future kids. Like, I'm failing them.
Do you want to have more kids?
Yeah. Yeah, my wife will have more kids for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I love kids. 2 kids are the coolest thing in the world, bro.
Dude, we eventually want to have kids. I want to have, like, at least 5 or 6 kids.
Dude, they're the coolest thing in the world. Don't wait.
Yeah?
Just get after it. I'm telling you right now, they are the coolest thing in the world. Like, cooler than anything you've ever did, sexy, ever see, by far. Nice. Those little boogers, like, and they're like, they're so cool. Like,
and they're you. It's like you're looking at, oh, you're me.
But just the way they're like brain fires, the way they think about stuff, they're like, something that's like, you think like, oh, this is common sense. He'll say it like a certain thing. I'm like, I see how your brain put that together, but no, that's not how that works, you know? But like, they're just cool, dude. They're like your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kid's like my best friend.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, and as he gets older, he's going to be able to see, I mean, just all the growth and like everything, the trials and tribulations, everything you've gone through.
Oh, yeah.
And learn from that.
That's what I wanted to see too. Like, how we bounce back, how do we deal with the adversity? How do we build this? You know, how do we do this? Like, you got to see how to fail. You got to fail to figure out how to move forward. I don't want him to see, what are you going to think? What are you going to quit? No, that's not an option. So what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Like, that's the cool part too, because they're hung on to you. So there's accountability 24/7. You're slipping, he'll know.
Yeah.
You know, because they're watching everything. Everything. Even if you say a bad word, he catches it. Next thing you know, he drops his crayon on the back. He's like, shit. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
We want to homeschool because it's like, okay, if anybody's going to there's sponges. If anybody's going to brainwash my kid, I want it to be me.
Yeah, I'm brainwashing my kid, but me.
Exactly. I'm teaching him all the history. She'll teach the math because I don't know math.
That's what we're looking at too. We're doing, we're going to do homeschool. We're avoiding public school with all the stuff going on. Not a huge fan. There are some good ones out there.
Well, there's a lot more options, I feel like, now for homeschoolers. There's like pods and like these little like communities of
Yeah.
like people banding together for
Yep.
homeschooling.
Yeah, there are those. There's one over by us. It's like a little community one. But
Yeah, because I look back and I'm like, okay, I don't remember shit from school.
I don't either.
Like auto shop, like learning how to work on cars. That's probably the only useful class I ever took.
Right. Yeah, I was cheating my whole way through school, so I'm like, I didn't know.
So what's the future look like for Caleb, man? What are you doing now?
Right now, winding down construction company. About to start Taylor's Performance Group and Green Hat Defense.
So what are both of those?
So Green Hat Defense got based on community development for like subscription-based security services.
And so was this inspired because of the
100%
home
inspired
shooting?
by the knee-jerk reaction that my HOA took. They ran out and bought flock safety, paid like $25,000 for flock
the
safety,
fuck?
security camera. And then like 5 days after it's installed, like the car down the road is stolen. Cords everything, even the license plate. Congratulations.
Yeah. Didn't stop anything.
Didn't stop anything. You know, I just feel like
And you invited like the mass surveillance system into your...
that's what everyone doesn't want to. I just think there's a need, and it's like just common sense thing that we've been taught and trained for years. Like, you don't have to be the hardest target. We're common sense, you know. Just be a harder target than the next guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, literally. And as long as it can help one family, one home, not go through what we did, we won.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And Taylor's Performance Group is like a mindset and purpose-driven thing for men who are successful, but they don't find a purpose. They struggle with that. So that's where I found myself at, lost. And the goal is to be able to reach veterans and stuff who are struggling transitioning out to also get them involved, because it's the same battle they have, you know. Financially, they may not have been well off in the Army, but they still lost their purpose.
Yeah.
And other guys have reached out that are financially well off in high-paying jobs. Through his podcast, they reached out and said, dude, I'm in the same boat. Like, I was like, I know. I was financially better off than I ever been in my life. Morally, I was the worst.
Yeah.
I was broke, you know.
And so is that going to be like a nonprofit aimed focus?
So
or?
that is not, it's more for like executive coaching
Okay.
to be able to reach them. We talked about nonprofits and stuff like that. We've avoided them up to this point, though. Not to say there wouldn't be one. In the future, I'd be open for sure.
Well, Caleb, as we're wrapping up, if you could give a piece of advice to say like 21-year-old Caleb, what would you tell him?
Don't change a thing. Don't change a thing. Do what you do. It's going to suck. You know, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, but it'll all work out.
Nice.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, truthfully. Like I had bullet holes in my bed and my mattress. I had a 2-year-old in that bed, a wife in that bed. Like, my world goes on without me. My world doesn't go on without my wife or him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, God prepped me for that night to react the way I did. So I'll take it.
Well, Caleb, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I mean, you're a hero, everything you've done. And then I can see that you're following God's path and you're working on yourself for your family, for your community, man. And I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you having me. It's an honor.
Thanks, man. All right, bye, everybody.